infatuated with the in-between, the ups and downs, the curves and the rounds. I'll bring it to your city or your hometown. I'll go back in time when the feeling was fine, when funkin' was legal and it wasn't a crime. Party people lined up and down the way, a bigger celebration than your birthday. Funkin' up the neighborhood, I felt the fool 'cause the funk was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funk was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. And I have seen the world pristine, funk you up in the bushes, funk you down in the trees. Now look around, all the frowns, the yellow, the white, the red and the brown. And keep in mind, it never costs a dime, 'cause funkin' is free, I remember the time. Now look today, the streets are gray, time to take it back to yesterday. Funkin' in the neighborhood, I felt the fool 'cause the funk was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funk was good. It was good in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood, I felt fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Down, da, 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 down. Da, 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 Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood.
And we're live.
And we're back.
Welcome to the Underdog
Finger
Journey. I'm
guns.
Wes. This guy is David with finger guns and the smoke behind him.
That's an air. We went over that last week or a week before last.
David, how you been, man?
Oh, it's crazy. I travel all over Hell and Creation, back and forth across this country, and I never get sick. I've been home for almost 2 weeks now, and I'm like coughing and feeling bad and have a cold or a bug of some sort. And these kids, they're petri dishes.
That's
what
it.
it is. And they come back from school, and then they're around me, and I'm like, I'm not used to these germs.
Right.
I need to put like a bleach bath or something out in the garage.
You're literally
run through
safer.
the decontamination.
You're literally safer traveling the country around random strangers than you are around your own kids who go to school every day.
Yes, keep me away from the children.
Oh
Yes,
man. Well,
they're
look, you know what?
little
What
petri
helps that?
dishes.
There's a little bit of Grandpa's old cough medicine. So that
Ah, what
always
you got
helps.
there? What are you rocking today?
Just a little bit of Blanton's. A little bit of the old Blanton's.
A little bit of Blanton's. Is there an ice cube in that?
No, that is
That is
neat.
not a little bit of Blanton's.
This is what I call Neato Blanton's. Look,
That is almost that's a
it has
day
been
for.
it is Thursday, but it has been a long week, and I need about 3 more days to get the amount of work done that I need to get done this week. So
Yeah.
I'm entitled to a little bit of Blanton's when I get a chance.
Yeah, so I've got the plant. I've got the Japanese. Up next is my Japanese Blanton's.
You gonna open that?
Yeah, of course. I mean, there's no
Nice.
reason to buy bourbon if you're not going to drink it. I'm
Fair
a
point.
big fan of that. There is nothing I buy, and so he's guys. I'm late. I apologize.
Devin Ross, you're late. You're fired, Devin.
It's funny when he used to work for me and he's late. He never apologized. So no, I'm a big fan. If you're going to buy it, drink it. So I get the bourbons and whatnot, and I have little guys. I have a bourbon guy over here and have a bourbon guy over there, and they hook me up. They get me bourbons, and I do not turn around. I have never sold a bottle of bourbon. Never have I flipped to try to flip a bottle of bourbon. I have given away an insane amount of them, but I have never flipped one for profit.
I've seen you give away a lot of bourbon.
Yeah. I went to a retirement party the other day and for one of my boys up here, and bottle of Weller Special Reserve. Boom, here we go. Now let's smoke some cigars and open that bottle up.
Nice.
But tonight for me, I'm doing actually one of my absolute favorites.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's this is a 10-year single barrel select Eagle Rare.
Yeah, the Eagle Rare is good stuff.
I'll tell you, it's really top 1, 2, 3 for me.
Yeah.
There are some days that I'm going to pick this over just about anything. And then there are other days I might select something. So the other night, not to go down too much of a bourbon tangent, I had a buddy over, and, I grabbed the Weller, I grabbed the Blantons, and I've got Eagle Rare, and I'll have an E.H. Taylor, a couple of those guys. So I'm always flirting with these top shelves and harder to find bourbons.
Sure.
And I was like, man, I forget I got all these really great ones. So what I'm thinking about doing is taking all my, the Wellers and Blantons and Taylors and all those things and just putting them in the cabinet itself and just out of sight, out of mind. That way I can start drinking on some of the other ones. So I grab a glass for him, and he sat on the chair next over here, and we sat here and drank an inordinate amount of bourbon.
Right.
That night.
That's awesome.
I think that was Tuesday. Yeah, it was Tuesday.
Yeah.
So we started out down at the local cigar lounge.
Yeah.
And we both had some. What do we have down there? Oh, Eagle Rare. We started with Eagle Rare.
There you go.
And then we had some Dickel, and then we had that was down there. Then we came here. We did a little bit of Weller. We did some of this and that, and then we jumped into some of the other things, the Redemptions, and
wow,
that's
bet a lot of bourbon.
By the end of the night, I think each of us at least had 10 rounds.
You said that was Tuesday night?
That was Tuesday night.
So Wednesday you were feeling is what you're trying to say.
Well, no,
Wednesday.
Wednesday is fine. The key to all that, man, is stay hydrated.
You got to stay hydrated. Totally.
Got to stay hydrated.
So
that was a good time, though. It was a good time. So it reminded me that, you got to put some of those things away. And there is a bourbon that most people know about their beer, the Southern Tier Pumpkin beer. And I'm not a pumpkin. I am not a pumpkin guy, but they've got a bourbon, the Southern Tier bourbon.
Yeah, you tried that in one of the shows.
Oh my Lord, that is a just shockingly good bourbon. It is. It doesn't try to be anything except bourbon, and it checks every single one of the boxes. So if you get a chance, get you some Southern Tier bourbon from the loser.
Yeah, John Calendar just called you a loser for drinking Southern Tier bourbon. John Calendar,
you're gonna need to
I've never had Southern
clarify
Tier,
that,
but I've heard it's good. So John, I don't know, man.
It is really good.
Actually, I think he called you a loser for drinking so much really good bourbon on one night. I think he's just jealous.
It was. I don't think so. No, I drink with Johnny and I of the week twice on Tuesdays, and
even though he calls you a loser.
Even though he calls me a loser.
Actually, he says
loser for not liking pumpkin beer. Okay. Yeah. Okay, John, I'm gonna call you out on this here, bud. I'm gonna call you out on this.
Hmm?
What time of year is pumpkin beer available?
Look, it's true though. I mean, I know where you're going with this. There's some tough competition out that time of year.
There is just there's a buddy I have. We're gonna transfer this over to pizza. All right, we're gonna do the pizza test on this.
All right.
He's eating pizza and he doesn't eat the crust, and I call him out on it. I'm like, dude, you're like 97 years old. He wasn't. He's mid-20s. He's like, there's plenty of pizza. My favorite part is the part with the toppings. So if there's plenty of it, I want to eat what I like.
Fair enough.
And if it was like, hey, we got to share this. There's more people here. There's not, there's going to be enough to feed everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll eat the whole thing.
Okay.
So I can get so much beer, but if the only time I'm able to get two specific types of beer is this September-ish time frame, and I can either have pumpkin beer or I could have a phenomenally delicious Fest beer or Oktoberfest beer.
Right. No, you're right. There's no
I'm taking
competition.
the Oktoberfest beer.
I
I'm
totally
taking
agree.
Oktoberfest.
I like them all. I totally agree with you though. I see where you're going. And the calendar though says you can find them in late summer. So look, there's room for both. There's room for both.
Why not both? So again, John, you're not following me. I would rather drink twice as much Oktoberfest as opposed to half Oktoberfest and half pumpkin.
Pour
The
them
only
both
thing
in
I
the
like
same
pumpkin,
glass.
all right.
Pour them both
We
in
need
the
to
same glass.
unite. We need to
Look.
unite against this evil.
You've heard of
John.
No, look.
Pouring both of them in the same glass.
Look, you've heard of a black and tan. Pumpkin beer and Oktoberfest could be an orange and tan. We'll call it, I think we just invented something here. We can make this happen.
Yeah, it's Jurassic Park. Just because we can
It's
do
true.
something
Fair
doesn't
enough.
mean that we should.
If you make an orange and tan, velociraptors will come and eat your face. It's true. It's science. It's science.
It's science. It's science. That's what happened. And we'll have Jeff Goldblum narrating the whole thing.
Well, it's true. It is chaos. He doesn't know about chaos theory. So, David, I actually have some news items. I think you might be into. And actually, this first news item, I was torn. At first, John says, call me dinosaur bait.
He's going to give it a try then. Okay.
Let's do it. Let's make it happen, John. Next time, when it's Oktoberfest season.
We were in such a hurry. Just
Oktoberfest
find out if we
season.
could do this.
We're going to find some pumpkin beer. We're going to find some pumpkin and a really good, we should find the best Hefeweizen, so we have to go to Hofbrau. Or the best Oktoberfest. We got to go to Hofbrau. Get their Oktoberfest and make an orange and tan with pumpkin and...
if you can get Jason to actually brew the Oktoberfest, then I would agree with that. But if he's just having it shipped over here from Heidelberg, because Germany's very picky about that. But you want to talk about the Fest beer, that's a different story.
Yeah, we need to have Jason brew it. So I guess it'd be the Fest beer. And we need to have the unfiltered Fest beer.
Oh,
that we had that one time.
Unfiltered. So they made that
place
special
with the guys
for
and
us.
thing. That's what we need to do.
Oh yeah. That was actually that was some delicious beer.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That was a pretty good night.
Man, we drink well, don't we?
We do okay. We do okay for ourselves.
We do okay.
We're all right.
How about pumpkin beer with a Warlock float? I don't even know what that means.
I'm not sure what that. It sounds delicious.
I think he's putting code out there. I think that's a sex position or something.
John, are you propositioning David? I'm not judging. It's the 21st century.
I'm judging. Don't do it. I am no prize.
All right, Nikki Leffingwell, you're a lucky lady. I always say
she's in there somewhere. I don't know if she's
not watching
or
the show.
not.
It's fine. She's too good for us.
So just so everybody knows how great of a father I am, I can see the television in the living room from here. And my daughter comes in and she turns on the thing and I see the Underdog Journey show. I'm like, hey, are you going to watch the show? She's like, no. I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
And she's like, go away. And, good parenting.
Father of the year. Father of the year.
Yes. Yes. Coming right here.
Yeah. Nikki says she's totally watching. So she actually is. She caught her note. She is.
Totally. Oh, yeah. Well, I believe that was sarcasm.
But she's watching.
I'm
she
totally
left a
watching.
comment.
I think she's got it propped up over there, volume down, subtitles on, and she's probably working on some kind of. She has that travel agent thing, which we're going to have her on here in the next few weeks, talking about the travel agency stuff. But
we need to do
I'm
that.
betting that's what it is.
It's fun.
Warlock is another Southern tier beer. So John was letting us know there. Nice. A pumpkin. Okay.
It's a pumpkin.
There you, okay.
Do you want to mix a pumpkin
you know
beer
what?
with a pumpkin
I'd be willing
stout?
to try that.
So you want to mix You want to mix pumpkin with a pumpkin or do you want to mix? Wait, are you talking about mixing Warlock, the pumpkin stout, with a fest beer? That could be good. Let's make it happen.
Could be.
I'm telling you, John, David's scoffing at us. We just invented something great. We're gonna make this happen. Okay.
Matthew McConaughey, stop emailing me.
You and Matthew McConaughey are you're too good of friends. I get jealous. It's a whole thing.
At this point, I couldn't understand if he was imagining me or I was imagining him.
So David, as part of the news stuff, you know what TikTok is, right? Just making sure.
Yes, I have heard of
What do you
TikTok.
think
A lot of people send me TikToks. I don't have TikTok.
What do you think of TikTok
I have
creators?
OnlyFans. I don't have TikTok. So
What do you
send me
think
OnlyFans. Don't send me TikToks.
What do you think of TikTok creators as far as like that's their career, being a TikTok creator?
Oh, I have no idea. I don't know what they do. I mean, I'm assuming they're just like YouTube creators,
It's just like
right?
YouTubers. Yeah, just like YouTubers.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I would say they're probably equally, ridiculous. I mean, look at us. We're ridiculous. So
Fair enough. So
I mean,
the
we
reason
don't
I
try to
bring
make a
this up-
living out of this, but
Well, look, if I made as much money as some of them make, I'd be okay with that. But the reason I bring this up is in the news. There's a 21-year-old who just bought a house. Not this guy. That's an ad that's playing. But there's a 21-year-old who just bought a house with no mortgage, just paid for it in cash with her TikTok money because that's her career. She's a multimillionaire TikTok creator, and
I
she's
actually
catching
did
a
see
lot.
this.
Yeah,
I did see that. I didn't go into it, but I did see this article.
Yeah, she's actually catching a lot of heat from people saying, you don't do anything,
Why?
you don't have a real job. Look, I didn't want to, but I have to defend this lady. I have to defend her. It is hard work making content. For anybody who has a YouTube channel or a TikTok channel, to make new content and to put it out there on a regular basis, let alone daily, probably multiple times a day.
What show are we on? We're 147. We got to be getting close to 147.
Yeah, 147.
And anybody who's
one a week.
So yeah, we just do one a week. So I would go to anybody. So if I go do a career day, which I'll be doing more of them here in the future, probably not necessarily this year, but starting next year, I'll be doing a lot more of the career day stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And when people talk about it, it's not something I would scoff at whatsoever. Like, this is work. I mean, this would be, if I wanted to turn this into a full-time job, I would be putting far more hours into this than I do my normal job.
Right.
I don't want to be a TikToker or a influencer or a whatever you call a YouTuber, whatever it is. I don't want that to be my primary job because honestly, I don't want to work that hard.
It takes a lot of work. And look, here's the thing that most people forget. Yeah, this lady is 21 and she's a millionaire, but you know what? She's probably making multiple videos a day, scripted content a day. She's probably collaborating with other creators multiple times a day. And just like everybody else on social media, she started from 0 subscribers. 0 subscribers. Everybody starts at 0.
We have
right?
a show about that, by the way. We have a show. If you guys want to go back and look at it, we have a show on everybody starts at 0.
And that's it. And you build and you grow. And this is what she did. And to say, for these people to come back, some of them are her own fans, come back and say, how are you? You're useless. You do nothing all day. How do you have all this money to buy a house when the rest of the world is suffering? Well, guess what? She's putting the work in. She's making it happen.
Yeah.
So I may not.
I would struggle.
But
I have no sympathy. But that's for me across the board, though. I have no sympathy for anybody who sits back and looks at anybody else and says, they're doing better than I, so they're the ones that are preventing me from doing better.
Right.
I struggle with all of that.
Mm-hmm.
If you want it, go get it. If you want help getting it, reach out. We'll help you. And there are tons of other people who are far better than we are to help you as well.
Right.
But to say something, especially when you're talking about attacking a whole industry that, to be honest, is probably the most lucrative part of advertising right now.
Mm-hmm.
Micro and major influencers on social media, the people who are spending buku dollars on television commercials right now.
Yeah.
What the frick is wrong with you? I mean, if you want to sell Metamucil, go for it. That's where that market is.
Well, look, TV commercials, there's still an audience for the right people. I mean, my parents still watch. It's funny, they have streaming service, but they watch local news and TV almost exclusively through their streaming service because they don't have cable. They have the internet. They could get, content from anywhere in the world, but they still choose their local TV stuff.
Yeah, I
because that's
selected
their
Metamucil.
demographic.
I selected Metamucil for a reason.
Look,
if you need help with your bowel movements, that's where you advertise is on television, terrestrial television.
Look, this is a PSA. People, doesn't matter your age, old or young, take your fiber. You will thank me for it later.
Yes, indeed. John, no. So for two people who talk about advertising and marketing and sales and stuff so much, like Wes and I do, this whole InBev Bud Light thing has just been, it's a powder keg.
It is.
And we've talked about it. We have talked about it from a purely business standpoint.
Yeah.
And that's where we're going to lay it to rest. We're not getting involved in any other part and aspects of it, just about the thing. So does beer have fiber? So I'll tell you what, go see Jason at the Hoffer House in Columbus.
I knew you were going with this.
Get yourself some of the Hefeweizen. Get Jason's wonderful, delicious Hefeweizen, and then drink 2 liters of it, and then just, you'll see what happens.
So beer does have the proper effect if you drink the right beer.
Yes, you got to drink the right beer. So that is such a good man.
But it's so good. It is so good.
It is. Yeah, so I'll be over there on Sunday. I don't know what time I'm rolling in, but I can't do anything tonight. I'm actually doing a sleep study because I'm fat and old now.
Happens to us.
Yeah, so I've got it. Doesn't Metamucil dissolve anything?
He said devolve in anything.
He says devolve.
But dissolve in anything. Look, you could put Metamucil
so you're
in
saying
your beer.
no? He's recommending to mix it with beer.
Yeah, you could put Metamucil in your beer. I don't see why not. I mean, look. I think it's orange. Isn't it like orange?
I would use something like Bud Light to test that out.
You'd have to get the flavorless. Yeah, right. Get something that you're not going to ruin the beer. You might improve the beer with Metamucil.
Get the orange flavor. And do a Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy.
Ooh, yeah, there you go. You'd be a summer poopy. It's a new mixed drink.
That's the proper time to use the word devolve.
Yes,
we have devolved
talking about this conversation.
Talking about summer poopies. Man, that went quick.
Yeah,
went down the hole quick.
This is what happens when we drink bourbon. We go down real quick, just like the new mixed drink we just invented, the summer poopy.
Yes.
All right.
This
goes down quick. Comes out quick too.
Oh.
All righty. So I got more news. More news. You're actually gonna like this next one.
What else we got in the news?
You're gonna like.
It can't be any better than that.
No, this is good stuff.
Does NASA have a new thing out? Does NASA have a new headline out for us?
No, this is even better.
Okay.
And John, I'm not putting that comment on the screen. OpenAI, the company who invented ChatGPT, former top safety researcher says there's a 10 to 20% chance that the tech will take over, leaving many or most humans dead. This is a real thing. This is the top security expert from OpenAI. So, David, I think they're saying there's at least a 10 to 20% chance, we'll call it in the middle, say 15% chance, Skynet will take over and will kill most, if not all, of humanity. This isn't me saying this, Dave. This is experts who get paid a lot more.
No. These are not experts.
You're saying OpenAI's top security researcher, meaning he's really good at using Google.
Yeah,
really good.
Yeah,
and
I think he's really good at getting his company's
films.
name in headlines.
You're saying you're saying no. This is actually he left the company.
Oh, I know. I've read some of the stuff that this guy talked about, and how he's throwing the red flag and it's endangered. They're taking our jobs. No,
taking our jobs.
As a guy who goes into a lot of factories, a lot of high-end factories. Okay. I'm gonna leave it there. I see how this equipment works. I see how so there is no machine that can just build other machines. The machine only functions for what it's very specifically made to do.
There are some very highly mechanized factories where robots do most of the work. You're telling me
they can do 100% of the
tell
work.
The robot to do something slightly different?
Just the tooling involved. So in order for the machine to do something differently, it has to go over here to this little tray and it has to pick out a tool for its head, whether it's a welding head, a paint head, or all these different things it does. So in order to cut this metal in this shape and this spine of a groove, it has to use this head and it's used that head. And if it's not part of one of the 2 or 3 very limited things that are there, the computer will go, and it can't execute the program. Now, when a computer can't execute a program, what does it do? It freezes. It locks up.
Not
so
AI.
unless there's a bunch of bat, okay, so if there's a watchdog timer built into it, you might reboot it, and then it's going to go right back to that same spot. And
David.
Go,
well, look,
it.
you went down a rabbit hole I wasn't even anticipating, but there's actually such a thing right now called AI agents. Are you aware of these? AI agents. So AI agents are basically, it's a type of AI that will accept a task. And you can tell it any random task, and it's going to go off, and it's going to find a way to perform this task. Basically, what it does is, with like ChatGPT right now, you can go in and you can put in a request and ask it a question, and it'll find a specific answer to that specific question. What the agent does, the AI agent, it asks itself questions in order to solve this task. It'll ask itself the question, what do I need to do X, Y, and Z? It'll then come up with the answers.
A human.
What happens when X, Y, and Z doesn't work? It comes up with more answers, and it will perform these. Well, I know it's not actual thought, but for the sake of conversation, we'll call it a thought experiment in order to fulfill this task that needs to happen. And there's actually a black box that nobody knows how it works at this time called Gollum. And what Gollum does is it's learning at an exponential rate. Over the course of 3 years, it essentially has the mind, they're saying now, of a 9-year-old child that's developed over 3 years, and it's teaching itself things that nobody ever programmed it to learn. It just taught itself organic chemistry. Nobody knows why it did this.
Because
it's
most
just teaching
9-year-olds
itself
know
organic chemistry. That's the thing, though, right? Cognitively, it's at age 9, but it's like a 9-year-old who's a super Google expert.
Okay.
It's basically alien-type intelligence. I'm not saying that I agree with this. I'm just saying there are top experts saying there's a 10 to 20% chance that we're all going to die
10-20%
because of ChatGPT.
Names in the headlines.
Now,
That's
David,
what they're doing.
Let me put it this way. David.
What you don't understand.
David, what you don't understand is there's a reason why Matt Harmon's not financially successful. He's not here so I can say
Where is Matt Harmon tonight?
He's too good for us. But if you were going to get on an airplane, okay, you're going to fly to Hawaii, right? And
no, that trick got scampered.
All right. Well, let's hypothetically you're going to fly
college
somewhere.
Football got in the way.
Let's say hypothetically you're going to fly to Vegas, okay? Hypothetically. And one of the top engineers in the entire world comes and says, "Look, there's a 10 to 20% chance this airplane's going to fall out of the sky and you're going to die a fiery death." Are you still getting on that airplane?
I'll get on a different plane, but there's going to be something that has to be done with that plane. There's a repair for that plane.
Look, I'm just saying
20% chance of failure is pretty high percentage of failure on an airplane.
Well, it is when it comes to the destruction of humanity as well, I would say.
We are not going to destroy humanity with computers. We are going to destroy humanity with humanity. That is how that works.
Oh, that's absolutely. I totally agree with you there. I'm not disagreeing with you there. I just saw this and I knew you'd love the headline, so I had to bring it out.
So I have actually read a couple of the articles about this guy's interview and what he's been saying, and that's not my point of contention. That's not my point of worry. I know how many times I have to reboot the computers and network interfaces get locked up all the dang time. And for somebody simple, he's going to take over the world. He walks over and he turns off the Linksys router and it's dead. I'm not really worried because there's no physical way for that unit, even if it's still powered on and has the most powerful processing bank in the world, to do anything if I've turned off my Linksys.
Look, David, I've seen Short Circuit. I know what happens when Johnny Five becomes alive.
I actually, I love that.
Just saying.
I actually meant to build a tinfoil hat for tonight's show.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you knew I was going to bring up AI again.
Well, no, because I have a problem with all my connected devices. And so I bought a Samsung oven, right? And it got a little Wi-Fi and it connects to the Wi-Fi. Now I can program the temperature on my phone and say, hey, I want to do this. But in order for the oven to actually kick on, I got to walk over and start the oven.
Right.
So it completely eliminates the purpose for this. Now, the other day, something was taking a long time cooking. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? I got this thing on convection and I've got it at 325. I mean, this thing should be cooking. I'm a fat guy. I know how to cook. So I know that something's not right.
Okay.
So I adjust the temperature and it's like, I had it set at 325 and it says it's like 286. So and then I adjust it again. It's like, all right, I'm gonna bring the temperature up. So I know that the machine knows what the temperature is.
Okay.
And I said, I bet nickels to dollars tomorrow in my inbox, I'm going to have an extended warranty from Samsung on
They're
my
listening. They're listening.
And guess what happened?
Did it happen?
The very next day,
Right.
I had an extended warranty notice
Mhm.
in my inbox. So what I think they're doing, put my tinfoil cap on,
Tinfoil hat.
I
Yeah.
think they're intentionally making my oven run poorly so that I buy this
Oh.
extended warranty. The moment that I buy the extended warranty, I bet that thing would snap right into shape and not have a problem.
You know what? That's not out of the realm of possibilities. And there was a
Apple
news
did
item.
it. Apple did it to people.
There's
They
a
admitted it, and nobody gives a crap.
There's a news item that I wish I had saved, and it was talking about BMW electric cars. Okay, BMW is rolling out a feature
the
on their
iSeries.
electric cars where, for a monthly subscription fee, you can get better acceleration in your car. Meaning the car physically has the capability to do it now, but they don't turn it on until you pay the monthly fee.
Yeah,
Right?
I work for a company that
Now
I'm
look.
not going to disclose the name on is doing something very similar.
Now look, I find that incredibly disturbing because I could go and get a gas car right now, a dumb car, and when I want it to go, it goes without a monthly fee. Well, except
without
for,
a monthly fee.
except for my payment, my car payments.
Yeah, we get that, but we're talking about the performance end of it. There's nothing you're paying
Yeah.
for extra performance, but you get the baseline. But if you want increased performance, now you're going to have to go and pay for a turbo, a supercharger, a tune at minimum, exhaust, header, all those things. So you're going to pay all that money up front. But if you bought all of it and put it on a credit card or something, and you paid a monthly fee on it for 2-3 years to do $30,000 worth of work to your car to make it go faster, I don't see a lot of differences there. But I agree with you.
Fundamentally,
When I buy
disagree
a
with
product, when I buy a product, I want to buy the product. I do not
Right.
want anybody. I hate subscriptions. Hate them with a passion.
You know what I think? Honestly,
Passion.
I think this is the start of a new hacking industry, which is going to be car cracking. I think there's going to
That's
be
already happening.
exactly. I think in a
That's
on a
already
more
happening.
regular basis, there's going to be car crackers
Yes.
who will say, "Hey, for $100, I will unlock all your features." And Devin Ross, he misspelled it. He said it correctly. Programmed obsolescence. He's totally right.
Yeah, programmed obsolescence. So I mean, that's who is it? So Henry Ford, for years, you can have any color, and yes, I pronounce the word color weirdly. Don't have to chime in there, Nikki.
You're from Southern Ohio. You know.
Yeah, you can have any color you want as long as it's black.
Right? Yeah.
So when Chevrolet was out there, what they did was they would introduce a new paint, and it got to the point where they tried to make it. They wanted about a year. They wanted reinterest every year.
Mhm.
So the planned obsolescence of the vehicle, the planned obsolescence was what they were doing now. Now we're programming the obsolescence.
Yeah, you're totally right. But you know what? I get what you were saying. Like, maybe you could, buy the extra features as time goes on. But look, when I buy a product, I want the product. I don't want it to be physically downgraded because I'm not paying a monthly fee. It's just maybe I'm old-fashioned.
So right now Tesla does that in a different sense. So the car comes out, and when they have a chance to do better firmware to actually get better performance
that's
or longer
different.
mileage,
That's different. And I agree
then
with
you
that.
can get that up.
I agree with upgrades. I
Yeah.
don't agree.
But not intentionally governing the vehicle.
Right.
So you can't. Like Samsung, who is governing and regulating my oven, so fat guy can't get his pizza done on time. And then literally the very next day, I get this thing in my inbox. And I've had a thing for a while now. And the moment I got that in the inbox, I'm like, you got to be freaking kidding me. I know I'm right. I know I'm right. Give me my tinfoil hat. Conspiracy theorist Dave over
Now,
here.
look,
I'm telling you, they degraded my oven just so they could sell it. I guarantee you, if I bought that thing would work rock
Now-
steady. I wouldn't have to have somebody come out because that doesn't make money for them. But if I bought that warranty, that thing would snap into shape right now.
Now, do you think they deliberately downgraded it and then sent you the email? Or do you think they downgraded it, your phone heard you complaining about it, and then it triggered the communication? Because look,
I think they downgraded it and then sent the email.
Okay, because I've been in corporate marketing for a long, long time, and there's always people talking about, oh, your phone's listening to you, even when it's turned off, even when it's asleep. It's because explain these ads that I see for the thing I just talked about. And that's totally true. And the phone companies keep saying, that's not possible. We don't actually do that. And I'm in corporate marketing.
Yeah.
And there's no service that I know of where I can buy that level of insight into the data. But we know it exists because we've all tested it, and it's totally true.
I got it, John.
Warlock. Was that an ad you were just served up because we were just talking about it?
No, John sent it over to us.
That
would be crazy, wouldn't it?
It wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't that be awesome? That'd be great timing.
Yes, indeed. All right. Yeah, you said you had. Was that the last piece of news?
That was the last piece of news.
Okay. I like the first piece of news better.
You like?
The banging on
I have to have at
people,
least one AI thing in there just to piss you off.
It'll piss me off. So yeah, it's back to that first news story there. We've talked about it. This type of work right here. This is not easy, especially when you're first getting started. So the number of people who would say this is not work, they don't understand it. Or let's say the number of people that actually are saying, I'm going to do it. I wonder how many one-shot shows there are.
Right.
How many people tried it one time and said, mm-mm.
It takes time to build an audience, and it takes time, especially it takes a long time to get to the point to where you can monetize. And and I would say getting rich on social media is probably even harder than starting a real physical product-based business.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The market, the market and everything is so much different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm helping a guy out right now. He's building a business in a different state. He's starting a cigar lounge.
That's awesome.
And
we got to talk to this guy.
Yeah,
why are we not talking to that guy?
I don't think he's quite ready to do that yet. And so Devin Ross over there says, news done already? We're not even an hour in yet.
Yep. Running ahead today. But
so I'm helping him with that. And he's moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
There were some people at the same lounge I'm helping this guy from. They wanted to start a show, a gentlemanly way show.
Yeah.
And they played around on it for, I think, one evening.
Never again. Because it takes dedication. It's hard.
It's work.
And we've been doing this for 147 weeks in a row. It's hard work. It's a lot harder than people think it is. It looks like we're having fun just sitting here drinking and shooting the breeze, but we come with agendas and we talk about it. And it's just, if you haven't done it, sitting in an empty room, talking to a computer or talking to a camera, it's not natural. It's physically exhausting. A lot more than you think it would be.
Although I would say this generation that's coming up, that's kind of graduating out now with their experience during the global plague sniffles of death, I believe that they're going to be a little better armed to do something like this in future, just because they've got a little bit more experience with not a career based off of this, but a interaction.
You're totally right. So the younger generations that are coming up, they will be better at this type of environment, sitting in an empty room, talking to a camera. But then here's the thing. A lot of them will also be lacking the physical skills and ability to create a physical product or service to then make money in other ways. It's going to be a pendulum that goes back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
Eventually there will be a solid middle ground. But
then that's when not the aliens. We're not talking about aliens today. We're talking about AI.
AI will take over. According to OpenAI's top security expert, we will all die. It's a matter of time.
Just a matter of time. Well, he's not wrong about that.
It's true. He's eventually right. The headline could have just been OpenAI expert says we're all going to die. He'd be 100% correct.
Yes. So he's not wrong. He's just wrong about how it's going to happen.
And Devin Ross says no aliens are coming too. Look.
Oh yeah, I'm all right with
Anything's possible. Anything's possible.
So I'm rewatching. I don't know about what's going on in your life and how productive you're being, but I'm on vacation this week.
Really? I'm jealous.
I took the week off. I said, I've got to lay it down. I've got to disconnect. I haven't had a vacation since last March, I think. I don't know whenever we was on a cruise, or April. I don't know when it was. We were on a cruise, ate a lot of steak. That's what happens.
Sure.
But that was the last time I really, disconnected from work. And so this week has been, I haven't fully, disconnected. I have kept a little look, but I've kept a look to the point where people are like, "Hey, are you going to be able to do this tomorrow?" I'm like, I'm not
No,
replying to that.
that's not
No, I'm not dedicating myself. So I do a weekly update meeting on Mondays. I promised everybody I would do that, and that's the end of it. That's all I did technically.
Yeah.
But so I've completely forgot what the heck I was talking about now. I got so happy that I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
I got so happy that I was on vacation. I'm like, oh yeah.
You gotta
So
spread the love.
I'm just kick back, taking it easy, and gee, many Christmas. I won't have a midway through another conversation. I'm like, oh shit, I remember where I was going with that. But
That's always
right
the way.
now it's gone. It completely left me. So we're gonna move on.
Look, you're on vacation.
So
enjoy the downtime of your brain. I get it. Your brain.
yeah, I guess it's taking some time off. Taking some time off. So you sent me earlier the kind of the agenda, which it was my kind of agenda. It was a link.
Look, I didn't. I've been very busy lately with the day job, and I haven't had time to write full agenda. But this is actually a pretty good one. I think this is gonna be a good one. So for those of you who don't know, I just launched a website for my new company, selling a product. Underdog
bring that
Plus,
up on screen.
Selling
Bring
Underdog
that up on the
buttons.
screen. Bring it on screen because
What,
we
my
need everybody
website?
to see this. We need everybody to go to it right now. If you have a dog,
I don't
or
even
if your
have
neighbor has a dog, or if anybody that you know has a dog, we need you to go on there right now and place an order. And order 5 boxes. I think that's what I did. I think I did 5. And on my note, because I'm coming into town, I was like, it literally in the special instructions, I said, don't ship this. I'll be there to pick them up on Sunday.
Yeah, I did see that, and yeah, I'll save on shipping. Good to know.
Yeah,
But
So there's no paying the shipping.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the website, the Underdog Plus. And we have given the dog these treats before, and she goes absolutely ape shit for them. She likes treats. Okay, she's an Australian cattle dog, and she likes snackages. She likes treat time. Nothing gets her going nuts like these things do.
Yeah,
she
honestly,
just absolutely loves them.
These this isn't just commercial for my treats. But these treats, honestly,
brought to you in part by Underdog Plus.
Your dog will go bonkers for these things. And David, I have a new recipe I'm working on. And if you think your dog went bonkers for this new one, you want to know what it is? Apple bacon. I want to eat these things.
What?
I want to eat these things.
Gee, Christmas.
Apple bacon.
So I was just thinking if you could pair them with a human treat.
Apple bacon.
Underdog Plus human treats.
Human treats.
Dog treats and human treats. That would be good. I mean, because look at the ingredients. Peanut butter. All right, peanut butter is great for you. Eggs. I mean, depending on what day of the week, depending on what part of the egg you're supposed to eat. But to be honest, just eat the damned egg. Coconut oil, not the greatest thing for humans, but then we get over here on the other side. We're talking about fresh parsley. So you get a little bit of stuff like there. But cinnamon, that's blood pressure, blood sugar. That's all kinds of great things there. And then turmeric for like a anti-inflammatory. I actually have turmeric capsules.
Yeah, all this
upstairs.
is actually really, really good for your dog. But
this would be really good for you. That's what I'm saying. You get the dog treats and then the human treats.
So the thing is about these is this whole company was designed to give back to the rescue pet community. So 20% of the profits goes directly to local pet rescues, right? The remaining 80% goes back to the company so it can grow and then give back more in the future. Because here's the thing. Look, here's how I thought about it. I have a decent job, right? I could go and I could write a fat check to pet rescues right now and move on with my life and forget about it. And I'd feel good because I gave something, right? But what if I could build something that could give back more collectively than I ever could on my own? Or if I got hit by a bus and this thing gets successful and keeps going, this will keep giving back even after I'm dead and buried and in the ground. Like,
was that bus being driven by AI?
It was. When the AI apocalypse comes, they're still going to want dog companions, and they're going to need something to feed their little four-legged mammals.
If AI does come out and say, you know what, the dogs belong on the earth more than humans, I might side with AI at that point.
Look, I might agree with them. I think a lot of people would.
I think you've got a cup. My favorite people are dogs or something like that on the swag thing.
So we got some merch here, and one of them is dogs are my favorite people. So yeah. But no, the new
person your dog thinks you are. That's cool. I like that.
The new flavor should be coming out sometime soon. The problem is there's actually way fewer regulations for human food than there is for animal food. So I actually need to
your
go.
feed, man.
Remember the process I had to go through to get approval to sell this legally?
Oh,
I
yeah.
got to do the same thing
Yeah.
for every single recipe that I put out there.
Devin Ross says Tesla bus got west.
Yep, that's it. The Tesla bus. He's not wrong.
Yeah.
And your wife says she wants the cup. So Nikki, expect the cup. It's going to be on the way.
I ordered it. I put an order in today. You got to wait for the next order. You wait for the next order.
Nikki, I'll make sure you get it.
We bought 5
Nikki.
bags.
I'll make sure you get it, Nikki. But no. So look, here's the thing. Most people, how often do they give to a pet rescue or a charity or something like that? Most people, not nearly as often as they should.
At best, once a year.
Right, exactly. But look, you buy, a bag of these a month for your dogs. A couple bags of these a month at the most, right? For 20% of what you're spending is giving back to local pet rescues. There's your charitable donation. And some people actually told me, look, if you want to give to charity, why don't you just start a 501c3? Look, we've dabbled in 501c3s, but the point is,
that's hard work, by the way.
I'm going to paraphrase Dumbledore terribly when I say there comes a time in every wizard's life when they need to choose between what's right and what is easy. And you don't need to start a 501c3 to do the right thing. You just do the right thing. And that's what this is for me. So, enough with the commercial. Yes. We're going to move on. So anyway, we do actually have a topic that's not related to dogs. And we might get a better audience if we not better. We have a great audience, a bigger audience if we did talk about dogs.
Yeah, screw y'all. Y'all suck. We need better audience.
Nikki says her dog is literally her favorite person. And Nikki, so is my current wife's dog.
As her husband, I can absolutely vouch for that.
Well, plus you have an Australian Shepherd. Or
Australian cattle
dog. Yeah, so you got the Bluey dog.
Yeah, Bluey. Our dog is Bluey. That is what our dog is.
Which is awesome.
So I've never seen an episode of Bluey, thank God.
It's actually pretty funny. It's actually
that's what Nikki says.
I think you would like.
She's all about it.
Kim Howard.
She's all about
Howard
it.
Says, hey y'all. Kim, have you seen?
Hey y'all.
Bluey?
Hey Kim, have you seen Bluey? She's seen Greenie. Sorry, Kim, I just threw you right out there.
Yep. Look, I think she'd
Nikki
agree.
says it's amazing.
I think she'd agree. It's actually. I think you would find it surprisingly funny. It's actually one of the.
I might watch it.
It's actually one of the only tolerable things on the Disney Plus. So I think you'd actually really enjoy it.
Oh, I remember I'm on vacation. Okay, I got it. I'm back on track.
Now
I don't know if you got anything productive
5 minutes ago.
Remember, I told you be in the middle of something. So, being productive. I don't know what you got going on in your life, but I am rewatching the Star Trek Next Generation series right now.
The whole thing, all of it.
So, yeah, I started it at 1-1, and I'm going all the way through them.
Encounter at Farpoint. It's you know what, when you
yes, number one.
This far in the future, after the series has ended, it's almost hard going back watching that first episode. But man, that's one of those shows that gets more and more worth it the further in you get.
Yeah. So, and just so everybody understands, if you want to do a watch party with me, we can just start watching all these things together. But next up on my list to restart is the Andy Griffith Show.
Andy Griffith Show. Kim Howard says she can't hear us. Our audio is good, but I'm guessing she's in a place where she has no audio. Andy Griffith, that's going old school.
I can see you.
Andy Griffith. We need a sign language interpreter. Actually,
could you imagine?
That's what,
trying to keep up with us.
That's what somebody should invent, right? Get this: instead of AI chatbots, they need an AI sign language interpreter.
ASL, yeah.
Think about it. I'm surprised nobody's David. If we should be programmers and invent this thing because nobody's done it yet.
Yeah. That's so. There's those areas of expertise that people have, and programming AI that's not in my wheelhouse.
I never would have guessed. You seem to love the technology so much.
I mean, I do like technology. I like the controls on the beer making equipment now, where you get the right temperature and we can make good beer every time.
Sure.
And the heating elements for distilling bourbon. So yeah, I mean, I embrace technology to a point, but then I want them to dump that stuff in a hand charred number 4 charred barrel and age it for 8 to 20 years.
Lieutenant Commander Data would be vastly disappointed in you, David.
I am very human. He would love me.
He wouldn't get your humor. He would not get your humor.
Probably. Sometimes I don't get my humor. I laugh. I'm like, I don't know why that was funny. But
I don't know what I just said.
That's good stuff.
But we do actually have
All
a
right,
topic.
so let's get over to it. And then let me know if you guys want to watch some Star Trek with me, because
50 minutes into the show, we should just turn on some Star Trek and make it happen.
I'm all for that.
Make it so.
Nikki, I need popcorn.
Watch party it is. All right.
Oh, she made dinner tonight. Oh, my Lord. I can't pull it up here because I don't have access to it. But she made dinner tonight. It was like a gnocchi chicken with, oh, man. Good job. I'm going to give her a good shout out, man. That dinner was.
That sounds good.
That guy
Nikki,
approved.
Good going. Good going. Good taking care of this
I
man.
mean, it was. Ooh. She's taking care of me. She gave me all the fatty foods. That way she can get the life insurance faster.
She's waiting for that life insurance to kick in.
Oh,
she's biding her time. Making fatty fried foods.
I deal with him.
Anyway.
All right. So we do have a topic.
Anyway. All righty. We do have a topic.
26 business ideas.
And what got us talking about this is it's from Shopify. So Shopify, for those of you who don't know, is the company who has the platform on which I built my website. And that's kind of what got us talking about the website, but it's a whole thing. All right. But one of the things they have is
And he said that correctly, by the way.
What?
On which I built my platform.
On which I built my the platform that I built my website on. I can't even say it that way anymore.
Yeah, that would be tough. That's how most people would say it, but that's incorrect.
The platform on which I built my website. Yes.
Stop your shenanigans. That'd be, my English teacher would be so proud of me right now.
Yeah. All righty.
She'd be like, I didn't think I got through to you at all. I'm like, well, you really didn't.
Yeah, you didn't.
I just remember you slapping your hand on the desk going, stop your shenanigans all the time.
No, we won't get into high school stories. It's a whole thing.
But that was actually junior high.
Shopify actually has a really good blog. So if you're interested in business or startups or selling online, dude, Shopify's blog is actually really, really good place to nerd out. But this one caught my attention. This is 26 small business ideas for 2023. And I'm not going to go into all the nuts and bolts of all of these, but I thought it'd be good to just kind of go through these and talk about how hard or easy they might actually be. Because you always hear people talking about, oh, you just go online and you drop ship and you'll be a millionaire overnight. Or, take my $1,000 course and I'll show you how to do affiliate marketing. Which, look, if it were that lucrative, that's how they'd make their money, not selling you dumb courses.
Machines, and I bring $27,000 a month in passive income.
Right, exactly. We did the math. He was in the red for many years.
He had problems.
He had some issues. Yeah. He was making more money selling his courses than he was on his dumb vending machines.
Yeah, absolutely. He made more from that. He made more money on that article than he made from his vending machines.
Guaranteed. All right. So 26 small business ideas. Let's go into them.
All right. So are we rating these, or what are we doing?
Let's not rate them. Let's just kind of scroll through and find out. Let's kind of give the truth on how easy or difficult they might be.
All right.
So we just skip through the list. First one, drop shipping. For those who don't know, let's just explain what drop shipping is. Drop shipping.
We ship it and it drops.
Drop shipping is where you have a website.
So you're not holding the product.
Right.
The product is coming from either a warehouse or a manufacturer's site to them. You are just...
you're the middleman.
You're the middleman.
Right. So
you are basically just processing the sale.
Right. So let's say you have a website where you list all your products, right? It's like an online shop. You don't actually hold any of those. Basically, what you do is your e-com functionality is linked to the warehouses or even the factories, the manufacturers who produce these things. And what happens is when they place an order with you, it goes automatically to this other place and they fulfill the order, usually from China. And the markup on your side can be really, really big. The downside for the customer is if the product is faulty, if it's gets to you broken. There are a lot of fulfillment issues there. It can take a long time to ship something from China, like 2 or 3 weeks. Here's something I don't like to admit. My current wife went on Etsy, right? And she got a nice customized dog tag for Rio. Nice. It says Rio. It has my current wife's phone number on it, just in case Rio gets lost. And she's like, "Oh yeah, it's this person over in Michigan, and yeah, I got a really, really good deal from this person, and it's going to take them. It's going to take them a couple weeks to get this engraving and get it over to us. Yeah, like a month later, we finally got this collar. You know why? Because it came from China.
Yeah.
People are drop
So
shipping.
they're just drop shipping.
That's exactly what it is.
So your website has a bit of a hybrid of both of those because you're holding your actual dog treat products, but you're drop shipping the product for Big Bentleys, and you're print on demand drop shipping the swag.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. So yes, what you'll notice if you come to my website is I not only have my treats that I sell, but I also have swag, which is the cups and the shirts. Now these printed items, these actually come from a place called Printful, and it's a print on demand thing. So it's kind of like drop shipping, kind of not. Basically, what happens when you order this cup, this mug that says "Dogs My Favorite People," they'll actually make this cup, they'll print it up for you, and they'll ship it to you. So it's kind of like drop shipping, yeah. Or these T-shirts.
It's print on demand with a drop ship component too there.
Basically.
And then so yeah, it's very similar. So you have a bit of a hybrid of both of them. You actually have a three-way. So a three-way.
Wes, I'm not doing a three-way.
Wes is having a three-way with Stevie from Big Bentley and the who is it you're using for the printable? Printful and Printful.
Yeah, that's what.
So you have a three-way relationship.
That's never happening. But Big Bentleys, I kind of do the same thing with them. So basically how this works is, you place an order here and Big Bentleys fulfills it. The reason is
I need to update your graphics, son. They've got all new logos.
Yeah, I do. I need to update the graphics. I do love Big Bentley's products. I think they're super great. We're actually friends with Stevie Evans, the guy who owns this, and he actually produces all of this. He actually posted something on Facebook today where he drove to Lima, Ohio to pick up the bottles to fill this product with.
I've seen that.
Because it's cheaper for him to drive to Lima, Ohio, pick up the bottles, take it home to fill them, than it is to have it produced and fulfilled someplace else. He actually makes this product himself. He's not joking about that. That's the reason I do this. I love his product. I think it's great.
I need to order more, but seeing how it's going to benefit him, I might order it just from your website. That way I get both of you guys involved.
There you go. So
and the idea is you want to drive traffic for somebody like West. West texted me earlier. He's like, "Oh, you didn't need to do this. I'll just give you." I'm like, "That's not how you support your friends, man. You don't ask for pre-product. You don't ask for a discount." I literally paid for the thing and then texted him, or in the message said, "Don't ship these things. Save the money on shipping. I'll be there. I'll just pick them up."
Right.
Because that's how you do it. That's how you grow. And that also gives us a little bit of the we talk about social proof. So we're going to bring it here. We're going to do videos with a dog. Might even put my daughter on a mission to train my dog to do a couple of new tricks. I mean, it's a cattle dog. If you can't train a cattle dog, you have no business having a dog. Okay, first of all, it's like trying to. They are extremely. I thought this was a family show. Where did we go off the rails on family show?
I don't think we said anything inappropriate. Oh, the three-way. He's talking about the three-way.
Oh, the three-way. So it's basically I was illustrating. We'll move off cattle dog. We're going to send stuff over for Wes for that. But what we're talking about is he has a product that's based for him. He makes and holds and ships. He has a product that is drop shipped from Big Bentley's or Bentley's Pet Supply. And he also has a product that is available through his website that is printed and then drop shipped on demand. So he has 3 different markets inside of his one channel. So it's not a just one or all.
Right.
You can mix and match these things. And you could go even further and put dog walking services on that. So you actually provide a service.
I could do. There's a lot of different ways we can go with that. And
so you could have multiple on
and
there.
The website.
So just to make sure you know,
grow in different ways over time.
So I just wanted to point out that it doesn't have to be one. Hybrids exist across the board. We're going to call his site the Mudblood site, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that makes sense. So back to drop shipping.
It's Star Wars Day. We've made way too many Harry Potter references.
So drop shipping.
By the way, may the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you as well. Exactly. So you maybe lose my train of thought. Drop shipping, it does actually work. You can make a lot of money drop shipping, but what you need to know is it's not. If your customer service, your customer service isn't on point, you will catch a lot of heat. And places like Amazon, if they find out you're drop shipping and selling on Amazon, they will actually ban you. So be careful when you're drop shipping. Make sure you have really good customer support.
Yes. And the other side of this as well is the company that you're drop shipping with, they need to also have very good customer support as well.
Yeah, Devin says drop shipping is so hit or miss from what I hear. A lot of people can get screwed. And he's totally right, because most people don't have great customer service to back up their drop shipping business. Oh, yeah, sorry. Here you go. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we have a crown along with the ears tonight.
Yeah.
What weird things happened, Locke?
So first mom closed the car door and we went in like a 30-minute area, but then when we came out, mom's front door was open.
The door of your van was open? Was it locked? Was there anything missing from the van?
Were you robbed by a hobo?
Oh yeah, and Daddy
Outside the church or at home?
but the first thing that was weird
Yeah.
when we were
Live on the Underdog Journey, Wes finds out that his car has been picked by and there are no longer quarters in the cup holder.
came out and I put a net over the bucket and there was no wind when I got in and it was tipped.
What?
Yeah.
There's no wind and it still got tipped?
Mhm.
What do you think? Was it a squirrel, you think? Got it?
No.
A
Hey,
bird?
and that was the first thing. Car was the second thing. And now we're missing the black snail.
No, the black snail's missing?
Yeah, like
Can't find it.
like the yellow
It's got to be in
fish.
there.
That's what I said.
It is.
We're missing a snail!
And it's the big one.
Is it on the floor?
Is this like a porcelain snail, or is this actually a
It's
snail?
a live
With you
snail.
guys, I have
Apparently
to ask.
there's a live snail that escaped from my house.
Apparently, there's a live snail that
And
teleports.
it's not small.
It's got to be in there. It can't escape.
Is his
It's in
name Escargantuan?
That's why it's weird, Wes.
Well, look, either it's in there or we'll find out in a couple days when it starts to smell.
How bizarro is this?
Our house
I
is
don't know
weird.
what's happening.
It's all look. We're living in the
Hey,
Matrix, and it's all.
you all are the demon spiders from Hell house,
Our house
so
is broken.
Reality is broken at our
The
house,
fish is missing.
no comment.
so we're missing a fish and a snail now. I don't know what's happened. Maybe
How the hell do you lose a fish?
that's what we're trying to figure out. We don't know.
I don't
It's
know.
gone.
You said the H word.
like, where was the? Was it
Don't say
like?
the
Is this
H
like
word.
a fish?
It's a little guppy.
Was there a fish in the like a refrigerator, like a dead fish,
No,
or?
it's in the fish tank.
There were 6 little guppies.
Oh, he probably got eaten by a bigger fish.
There are only guppies and snails in there.
Yeah.
Wait, so you're saying one of the snails got out and is now driving your van? The snail broke into the van. Is that what happened?
That might be it. I think Dave
I have a
figured it
joke
out.
that I'm not gonna make
Why?
because
All
it's
right.
not. It's a family show. It's what I'm not gonna make that. And it's the cat. The cat did it. It was the cat.
Did the cat get the snail and the fish? What is happening?
The cat broke into your van to cover up for the fact that it ate the snail and the fish.
Well, why would it break into the van to cover up?
Have you ever met a cat? Cats are jerks.
I have
No.
4 puncture wounds
I
on my
mean-
arm. Yes, I have met a cat.
I mean, seriously, our old.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
I don't
I
know,
mean,
sweetie.
seriously, our old cat used to eat Cheetos and Doritos.
It's true. We had a cat that weighed over 20 pounds and loved Cheetos and Doritos.
yeah.
Really? The cat that ate the Cheetos and Doritos weighed over 20 pounds. No.
I don't know what happened.
Had a bag of Cheetos.
That was back in the day when hydrogenated oils was a thing.
You should have seen when she ate some Olean chips.
No, thank you.
What are Olean chips?
Where's Matt Harmon? Where's Matt Harmon when you need
I
him?
know.
That where's boxes? What's Olean chips?
Olean is
T-N.
a very
Not
bad
good
thing
for
in
you.
chips. It's not there anymore. They made it go away.
Because it was bad.
Yeah.
Why did she eat that?
It was a joke. She didn't. That's right. Her face was covered in Cheeto dust. It's funny. It was a whole thing. All right. Good night, you guys.
That was a conversation. She just had a conversation with us, and everybody's like,
She is 5, almost 6, and she can have a conversation. Good night, guys.
"What?" Good night, kids. Go have some ice cream.
Well, it's past their bedtime. They were at church. So my wife is Catholic, so my kids are, and my son is about to have his first communion thing, which I guess is a thing that they do. It's a sacrament. I'm being told that you get in
I
church.
don't even know what that means.
It's basically, I don't know, it's an important thing, and there's a party and presents involved, and they need to practice. So he was at practice for his communion
Oh, okay.
thing. He's going to commune at some point, and it's a sacrament, I'm being told. Okay, let's move on.
And then after that, he's going to go to a commune.
He's going to live on a commune with the fish and the missing snail. Yes.
Yes. So we have, this sounds like a Dr. Seuss book. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get back
We
over
do
to
actually have a
this right
topic.
here.
Let's get back on topic. So drop
Let's get
shipping.
back over to that. So drop shipping may not be the thing that everybody wants to make it out to be.
Yeah, look, just
buy my $100 course to find out that this could cost you a lot.
Well, and that's just it. When the fact that you see so many people trying to sell courses on how to do drop shipping tells you there's more money to be made in the courses than there is in the drop shipping. You can make a lot of money, but there's probably more money to be made in the courses to actually sell the drop shipping knowledge. Now, number two is
invest. Okay, there we go.
Design. This is a good
there
one.
we go.
Design and sell print.
Wow,
on
look at
demand
that. How that ties. So I am actually going to be setting up. We're going to be setting up one for Nikki here in the relatively near future.
Is she going to design the t-shirts?
I don't know how we're going to work that out yet, but there's going to be a way. We're going to find something to work out here. I'll probably send it off to my buddy Wes for the first few of them so that we can get it all taken care of. Yeah. And we're going to be setting her up with a thing to help push her travel agency.
Yeah. Nice. So what's the name of her agency again? Can you talk about it yet?
I think the name of it's Wishful Wanderings.
She have a website?
Yeah, drop it in the comments, Nikki.
Yeah.
What the name of the website?
Let's make this happen.
I think it's actually in the comments of one of our other shows as well. But I think it's called Wishful Wanderings.
Nice.
But yeah, so design and sell print on demand t-shirts. So we've had this. We had a Teespring account. I think it's just called a Spring account now.
Yeah.
And Nicole with Wishful Wanderings Travel. So wait, that was Devin that made that comment.
Devin knows more about your wife's business than you do.
Yeah, Devin. Good job, Devin. Don't show me up. No, so we have one. We have a Teespring account or a Spring. Yeah. So quite literally, they spelled it and did the capitalization, everything exactly.
There may have been a copy and paste there, but it's fine. So
yeah.
But print on demand is what we were talking about with the t-shirts on my website. So like you were saying, we used to have for the old website, we had a Teespring account. It's not just Spring, where you basically go, you put your design on a t-shirt or a mug or a cup or a hat, whatever, and put a link to it on your website.
Or a mouse pad if you're stuck in the 90s.
Put a link on your website, and somebody buys it. They ship it off and sell it. Now, some people do build whole businesses around their t-shirt designs. It's really hard because the marketing is still up to you. You still need to push the product. But if you can get enough people to buy your product, you can totally do it.
Yeah.
I think it was what's his name?
Abraham Lincoln.
No, hang on. What's his name? Hang on. I have his book.
Nabil Musa.
I have his book around here somewhere. Hang on. I don't have
Steve Jobs. I'm going to name stuff and stay busy until you come back up here.
No, one of the like classic Shark Tank guys said said
Adam Levine.
Yeah. Mark Cuban. No, he said he basically got his start selling t-shirts to hip hop artists. And he said, look, you can become a millionaire just by making t-shirts, and you sell, 35 t-shirts a month at, $20 a pop. You're going to start making some good money. And that's just it. You don't need to sell a ton, but you need to get recurring customers. You need to get a good base buying your stuff over and over again. And look, just like the Underdog treats, these are $10 a piece. And I'll go through the different strategies I'm going to go to actually start moving these in bigger numbers. But the point is, you can sell things at a high margin, meaning you're making more of a profit. Like you can sell high-end items, and you need to sell fewer of those. You can sell lower ticket items with a much smaller margin. You need to sell higher volumes. It's all a balancing act. And the thing is with t-shirts, you're going to get a very small profit. So you need to start selling more of these things. You can make money. The hard part is the marketing that you need to be able to do to sell them. And one of the things that people do is, like the young lady earlier who had the TikTok account, I'm willing to bet she probably sells her merch. I'm willing to bet she has her own merch
And
through
possibly her
something
bathwater.
which was a real thing. There's a young lady who does porn now who started out as a TikTok.
Imagine
she
that.
started out as a gaming streamer, I think.
Yeah.
Belle Delphine, and she eventually started selling her bathwater.
Literally selling her
She'd
bathwater.
sell jars of her bathwater.
And she made more money selling a bathtub full of water than I make in a year.
Yeah,
easily.
Devin, I didn't burp into the mic, but I did slightly dry heave a little bit because I mentioned somebody else's bathwater.
He says, Dave, did you just burp into the mic? I said, nope.
No, but I did go
burp into the mic
at the same time you did that. So
yeah, so no, it's just
It's bad timing.
happy accident.
So you can actually make money selling T-shirts on demand, but you need to do your marketing and get people actually buying them. That's the trick.
Yeah.
All of these businesses
And the website.
all these businesses, in fact, every business in the world, you build it and they will come is not a real thing. That's not how it works. No matter what it is you build, you need to talk about it and market it and get people to come in the door, because just because you built it doesn't mean they're going to come and buy your dumb T-shirt. Coming from a guy who makes
and somebody like Teespring, they'll give you this ridiculously long website. They do not push or promote your business.
Right.
You need to do that. So if it were me, just from an outside here, I would say, all right, I'm going to set up a web page and a link that just hyperlinks to it, so that I can make it easier for my customers to find me, as opposed to teespring.com / 15,572,976.3. I don't want any of that. I want davestshirts.com done.
And that's just it. Also, like, say you're selling on Amazon. You know, most of the T-shirts that you see on Amazon are print on demand. The thing is, though, is to actually get boosted on Amazon, to get people interested in your product on Amazon. Amazon's not going to do that for free. You can buy their services that will boost your product and market your product, and you can do other things like social media that direct people to your product on there. But just because you have it on Amazon doesn't mean you're going to sell anything. Just because you have a website that has these things doesn't mean you're going to sell anything. So yeah, you can make money doing this, but remember, there's a lot of work involved to actually move the product.
That would be a metric I would love to get from Amazon. The number of no sale shops.
I'll bet that's available. I'll bet if you Googled that, you can find it.
Have not made a single sale. I bet there's a bunch of them.
I'll bet you could easily find that number. That's the thing about.
Well, when I say no sale, I want to go less than 10, because even at one, I mean, even if you do one, your family may buy one. You may buy one just to say, hey, I'm going to buy myself to get moving. I want to see people who have, over outside of a month. How many people have made it past a month, and how many of them didn't?
Yeah.
Because I'm betting there's probably that's a lot.
I'll bet you can easily
find a niche if you want to sell T-shirts. Yeah,
right.
We've been talking about that a long time, about niching down and getting into that smaller market. You're going to have a faster climb. You may not have a bigger pool, but you're going to have a faster climb.
Well, that's just it. And as I always say,
hashtag pipes.
As I always say, riches get the niches get the riches, niches get the stitches. All right.
Niches get the stitches. Don't say niche. It is not a niche.
It's not a niche. It is a niche. And moving on to number three. Number 3, launch your own book. That's a cop out.
Okay, so
that's a cop out.
It really is. It really is. So,
come on, man.
So I don't know if I've told you this or not, but I bought a website and the domain for the probably my favorite book series from a lady named Joanne Burton. She did a thing called The Last Dragon Lord, and she has a 3-book series for it. And she's older. I think she's 70 years old now, and she's done. She's not writing anymore, and she let the domain expire.
Yeah.
So I bought it. I've got a placeholder there.
You need to meet this lady and do an interview.
Yeah, I really would love to meet her, because she's the one who. So even through school, I wasn't a reader. And I was literally at Kroger. This thing happened to be in the bin at Kroger. I picked it up and was like, all right, it was like $5 or something. And I bought it. And, it took me a while to get really past those first couple pages. And then I found myself just going, what's going on? What's happening tonight? And I kept reading and reading, and I devoured this book. And then that just lit the candle to do all the other reading and all the other exploration that I do in things. And so I bought the website, the lastdragonlord.com. And so I've got a placeholder there, and I've got a countdown timer for January on it, just because I was like, hey, let's do something. And I'm getting emails now asking if there's a new Dragon Lord book coming out. I'm getting emails because they're going on the website,
Dude, that's awesome.
and finding it and coming over. So I would love to write a book. It's not anything near what I am built for, but I think it would be cool because it would just be, honor somebody that I really just, she did a great job for me, and I'd like to go for it. What the hell is happening out there? Anyway, but I would love to do it, and I get it. It would be something awesome.
Yeah.
But I fully agree with you. This was one that didn't need to necessarily
This is a space filler.
This didn't need to make the list.
No. So, David, first of all, we do need to track down this old broad and
Jesus.
track down. Look, I think she'd agree. She's an author. She's heard, she's heard the.
Well, she's 70.
Yeah.
She's 70. So we're going to be like, we're going to call her this Dane. I see you over there looking all weird as hell.
We're going to track down this master creative, and we are going to interview her and talk about the book business. So look, let's do that. We'll track her down. We can.
Yes, Joanne.
You can find anybody online now, so we're gonna make it happen. But
I'm actually pretty handy at finding people online.
Look, I'm in marketing. That's what I do for a living.
So this one's a little tougher. I know she lives in Connecticut, which is actually in my area. I need to get over there. But I don't know where, and I don't know if it would be cool if I just showed up, knocked on her door, and be like, "So."
But so back to but we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna interview this lady, and we will talk about how to actually write a real book, like a series of real books, and we will get you ownership of the next author.
Yeah, I believe the rights are actually owned by Tor, but I got to call them first.
Yeah, we'll make this happen. We'll make it happen.
We'll figure it out.
To launch your own book.
Yeah, a book written by me. This will be interesting. I'm a very technical guy.
So
I am far better apt to write spec sheet for electrical equipment than I am.
Look, I have read books that are a lot like that. So I have read books that kind of fall into that same realm. So
all right. So launch your own book.
Launch your own book. Devin Ross says his wife is an author, and I have my own book ideas. David, you have your own book ideas. The thing is, anybody can technically write a book and then self-publish.
So the
trick is actually getting anybody to read it, just like the T-shirts.
Yeah,
that's the trick.
You remember I talked with you about a book in the past about basically an engineering book, and so I have decided to change that, and I'm giving that away to my customers now for free. So what we're going to do is we're going to build it over the next year or so, and we're going to put together our book. So instead of me sitting down and writing a book, I'm putting together literally page by page and sharing it with my customers.
Yeah.
So it will be something because it serves a marketing. Okay. So each one of these is a type of, we're going to do proposition selling and then market or vertical selling. So each one of these customers that I have get to go talk to the engineers about this. What does that create, West? That creates a touch. Mm-hmm. That creates a conversation with the engineer. Now what we have done, because now I'm giving it to them to push, that creates my customers as the subject matter experts to the engineers who are writing the specifications. So so I'm the salesman back here, but I'm creating a marketing funnel that literally just has the path paved. So I'm handing it to a group of, a couple hundred people, and I'm going to let them go do all the work.
Right. Yeah, totally. So look, you can write your own book. Sure. A lot of people don't realize how hard it is, how much work actually goes into writing something coherent that other people care about.
West's favorite author, Dan Brown, man, he struggles sometimes.
Dan Brown is a terrible writer. He's a great storyteller. Don't get me wrong. He's a great storyteller. Terrible writer.
I love Dan Brown's books. Thank you.
He did.
Deception Point's probably, I think, one of his best.
He did this. She did this. She said that. Then he did this because he did this, and she said this. He said this. No, Dan Brown. Dan Brown. Learn how to write. Read some Harry Potter for Pete's sake. Okay, so.
The gauntlet has been laid
down.
Create a digital course. So we've actually talked about this multiple times.
This is a good one. Create a digital product or online course. And here's the thing. Look, this is a really good one because I've mentioned since day one on this show. Yeah. Everybody is an expert at something. And no matter
Wes
what
has
it
been
is,
trying to get me to do this since
Dude,
Jiminy Christmas.
Devin,
I mean, years.
Devin Ross, you used to work with David at some point, and tell me if he made a series of digital courses that gave information about his expertise in the industry, there wouldn't be people who would buy this thing. David, you are leaving money on the table by not creating an online course. The thing is, though,
yes, you have to leave money on the table. You got to keep wanting more.
But the thing is, though, is look, with digital courses, you need to market it correctly because a lot of people there's a lot of people selling online courses. Like we talked about the drop shipping thing. They come off really spammy if you're not careful, and they come off as really shady also. So look, you need to provide the value. You need to make sure it's worth the person's time and money. Don't just sell them garbage. When you have an online course, make it worth it. Make it worth their money. Make it valuable to the customer. But there's a lot of money to be made there. Devin Ross says, absolutely. You know your shiz nizzle.
My shiz nizzle.
Stuff, he says. Yes.
I like that. That's good. Yeah. So, and we've talked many times about this, about doing a products or a course, a digital course or an online course. And I don't disagree. I think I would do very well at it. There's definitely some, just what I'm getting ready to do and I'm giving away for free. If I were to flip that and turn it into a course, instead of having a couple hundred people that I'm giving it to, I would have potential for, and that's just in my market.
Yeah.
I would have probably 5,000 to 6,000 people across the country that would invest into it as well. So,
and here's the thing.
I mean, yes, it's there. So if you've got something, and we've always said this, everybody's got that idea. Everybody's the SME somewhere. Own it.
Well, and here's the thing.
Here's
where a digital course is really underrated by modest people. Okay, as somebody who's you don't put it out there, but anybody who knows David, he's actually more modest than you would believe. Because he himself has said, why in the past you've said this, David, why would I create this digital course when somebody can just go out there and read a book or Google it? The information's on Google. Just Google it. Yeah. Here's the thing. When you create an online course, you're basically creating a guidebook for all of the most valuable information on that topic and feeding it to them exactly as they need it, as you see you see fit, that in the order and manner that they should be absorbing the information, right? Yeah, you can go out and Google it, and you can get 10 answers that say the same thing, and you can kind of get the gist of what they're saying. But if an expert can teach you and give you the exact answer that you need, the way that you need it, in order to truly learn it, that's the value of an online course. You get what I'm saying? Like, anybody can Google. We could create an online course here for all the stuff we talk about. And anybody can Google that information.
And to be honest, we really should.
I'm telling you, we totally could.
We really should have the Underdog Academy. We have the shirt.
Look,
we should have the class. We should have the freaking academy.
We can make this happen. We can do it. And the thing is look, we could actually provide value. Yeah, the stuff we talk about, people could Google it. But if we can actually spoon feed them the actual information they need versus all this other peripheral garbage,
and
that's
plus
the value.
Putting it in an entertaining way.
Oh, it's entertaining. Probably more for us than it is for anybody else, but it's entertaining.
On the Underdog Plus, or not the Underdog Plus,
that's the other
Dog
one.
Treats. On the Underdog Academy, the articles you'll need for tonight's class is a small glass, a block of ice, and 3 servings of bourbon.
Minimum.
After that, sit back, and we're going to take you on a journey.
Devin Ross may have the comment of the day. Dave may have an ego, but he's not a douche about it. Devin, I will agree to disagree on that.
So you're saying I don't have an ego?
That's it. That's what I'm saying.
That's what he's saying. No. You guys are great. Great
Exactly. All right. So let
me fix my mustache here.
Number 5, sell print-on-demand posters, greeting cards. Again, this is a place filler because we already covered that.
This is a placeholder. So I really wish we could have, we should have kept it. There should be a piece of paper for us to say, all right, what would this list really should have been as the top 10 ways, not 26.
Yeah, exactly. So some of these are going to be placeholders, fillers.
That's a placeholder.
The exact same thing as print-on-demand t-shirts.
Yeah.
Let's see. Number 6 is
move on.
Start a charitable business.
Yeah, move on.
We've actually kind of already talked about that too.
Yeah. So the idea behind a charitable business, That is an oxymoron, a charitable business.
Right. Now you can have a
So if
business
you're a
that-
charitable
you can have a-
organization,
right. That's different. That's not a business. If you have a 501c3,
It's
that's
not a
business.
it's not a
you
business.
can have
It's
a
a charitable
business-
organization.
You can have a business that takes part in charitable actions,
Uh,
like Underdog
yes.
Plus, but it's not a
Underdog
charitable
Plus.
business.
Goodwill.
Goodwill towards
Goodwill's
men
a-
and
Goodwill's a
dogs
great one.
of all type.
What's that?
Goodwill towards men and dogs of all types. Now, yeah.
Well,
David's right.
dogs of all types.
You can have
not all men.
a business
Yes.
that does charitable things, but you can't have a charitable business. This is kind of a waste here. We're just going to skip over this one.
Yeah, that's a waste of time. Moving
Moving
on.
on. Number 7.
Coming in
Sell
at number
a
7.
service. This is very broad.
Are you?
This is
freaking
very
kidding
broad.
Me?
Sell a service. Pick any service.
Boy,
It could be.
I said frickin', but I really meant the other
anything
word.
from
Are you freaking kidding me?
lawn mowing to being a private detective, being a
Private what? What are you doing there,
I
Kim
was
Kardashian?
I was really trying hard to at the same time make a OnlyFans joke and then also not make an OnlyFans joke, and the two wires got crossed.
Yeah.
So selling a service
happens.
can get you in a lot of trouble. This is too broad. Shopify.
It's very broad. If you want to sell a service, sell a service. Now, I believe if you get on a depending on what service it is, if you're in a capital projects business, but also has a service aspect of it, if you can build your service revenue up, a service business is actually probably one of the most stable businesses that you can possibly
But
have.
again, pick a service. Are you a house cleaner? Are you a lawnmower? Are you a lady of the evening? I don't know. Pick a service.
Yeah. Oh, wait, a lady of the evening. Okay, so we're talking about prostitution. Okay, so
Tell me that's not a service.
uh,
It's a service industry.
I can't order it.
I would call
on
that. I
Amazon.
would call
Actually,
that
I
a
probably
direct
can't
B2C
on
service
Amazon.
industry. Is what I would call that.
Yes.
I'm not saying what the B and the C are, but I'm telling you, it's a service industry. Sell a service is too broad. I think we get it. You can sell a product.
Yeah,
or
you can sell a service. You can sell a service.
What's the next one?
So I'll give it to them, but they really
What's the next one?
they should have niched that
What's
down.
next one? Number 8. Sell a product. All right.
Is
okay.
it sell
What?
a product? Is it really sell a
I don't
product?
know. I don't know. It's a mystery.
Right. Scroll on.
Mystery. Number 8. Create an online fashion boutique.
A little bit of sell a product.
Sell a product.
A little bit of sell a
Yeah,
product.
I get it. Okay. And that's not
Okay,
bad.
so
There's money in it.
I actually like this better. I like this. I like
this is more niche down. This is more niche.
This is niche
niched down. Is what
And,
they say.
niches get stitches, bitches. It is niche down. You are selling to a very targeted market. It's a lot easier, and that's the key right there. When you niche down, it's a lot easier to speak to your market, to your demographic. It's a lot easier to speak to your 80-20.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to get there a lot better. And Devin says it's a luxury market. Not necessarily a luxury market, but in most cases,
look, that's how that
yes,
the Kardashian lady makes half her money is selling her fashion.
that was
the makeup stuff.
That was a heck of a comeback story.
No, the makeup stuff.
And if you guys don't get that,
I'm not talking about how Kim Kardashian got famous. I'm talking about how her younger sister got famous she sells tons of makeup online and she makes a crap ton of money.
yeah, I don't know.
She makes millions.
But
one
yeah,
of the
so
Kardashian chicks.
for fashion, I would strike the word fashion. I would strike the word fashion on here, create an online boutique. So you're niche down in whatever it is. You could specialize in bourbons. You could specialize in cigars. There's a good bit of boutique cigars.
That's right.
Manufacturers out there.
Yeah.
And I love them. Hiram and Solomon's one of them.
Yeah, and when you hear
and
boutique,
they're
so
wonderful.
boutique just means niched down. Think of boutique as niched down. Don't think of fashion. Don't think of necessarily makeup, like I mentioned the Kardashian chick. It just means niched down. Boutique could speak to custom cars or custom car detailing. Devin, as you mentioned, you do.
Custom car. Ooh, yeah, custom car detailing. There you go, right there. So let's say you specialized in classic cars. Let's say you specialized in, I want to be certified in, it doesn't matter who does the certification, certified in detailing Ferraris. And all I want to detail is the Ferrari.
Mm-hmm.
So all you're doing is that all your products, all your cloths, your water, everything,
all that boutique
all
detailing.
the stuff is sculpted. So a car wash that I would pay for my Escalade of $100, a good detailing on my car, $100 or whatever, that somebody like that would pay $1,200 to $1,500 for.
Right. And here's the thing. You start thinking, when you start niching down that tight, that your audience is getting smaller and it's harder to make money. Yes and no. Your audience is getting significantly smaller. However, the niche is getting more and more
1,000 true
narrow.
fans.
But all you need is, like David said, 1,000 true fans. You need to find your core market and speak just to them. You need to expand beyond that, trying to get more people in. But when you have your 1,000 true fans, they're going to be your repeat customers, and they're going to pay you. Especially if you are really niche down and customize and specialize in that market, you can actually charge more. You can charge more because you're specialized in that area.
So I believe Devin lives in Lancaster, Ohio.
Lancaster.
And so maybe Ferraris is not for him. So maybe it's mud and trucks.
There ain't no Ferraris in Lancaster.
Probably
not.
I was right.
Look,
he does live in
Lancaster.
That's what I thought he did. I thought he lived there.
But look, find what do they have? I don't know, trucks, pickup trucks.
Yeah, probably decent amount of pickup trucks.
Learn how to put lifts on a
minivans,
truck,
things of that nature. The undercarriage stuff and things like that, and maybe Hyundais.
Look, Devin, learn about corn. I don't know.
What?
I'm trying to find a niche that could work
Drink more
Lancaster,
bourbon.
Ohio.
Drink more bourbon. No. So there's some things that you could do down there if he's doing car detailing, and then tag it in. And I would partner up with somebody like Matt Hamlin from the car wrapping place and say, hey, we're going to do the detailing. We're going to do the prep work. That way you can go over here and get your car wrapped or taken care of.
Yeah. Businesses,
and things like that.
We've often talked about making online content, social media content, and collaborating with other creators.
Huge.
When businesses collaborate, it prints money. When businesses collaborate, it prints money. For both.
Like the second biggest channel for auto detailing is out of Dublin, Ohio. Dublin, Ohio.
Mag?
Number three. I'm sorry. The number 3. So number 1's in New York City. Number 2's up in Canada, and number 3 is in Dublin, Ohio.
You talking about Mag?
For car no, not
Midwest Auto Group.
For that's Midwest Auto Group. No. It's a car detailing channel. It's the number 3 one. It's the number 3, so it's Dublin. So it's crazy. If I could make money detailing, I would do it in a heartbeat.
You
can make money detailing.
Devin, there is money.
You can there's money to be made there. A lot of money.
I have offered to build,
and there's different ways to market. Let's say you live in an area that's a huge soccer mom area, so you don't necessarily have to have the sparkle shine on the outside with the buff and the cut and the clay and all that things. It could be, I can keep your car clean and free of Cheerios. You come by, it's $25, and you boom, done. And so there's definitely ways. We'll talk.
Devin,
all right. What's up
totally
number 9?
There's
money to be had.
So number 9. Let's get to number 9, which is number 9. Sell handcrafted and homemade goods.
Coming in at number 10,
dude. Ton of money. No, ton of money on this. Now look,
I know, but come on, man. Look at this. This is so.
Have you heard of Etsy? It's boring.
I have heard of Etsy,
but there is money to be had. You can literally. Here's one thing people do. This is not a joke. On Etsy, you can buy a bag of pine cones for $10. Somebody literally went in their backyard, picked a bunch of pine cones, stuck them in a bag, didn't do anything with them, shipped it off $10.
Do you know the pine cones open in the Fibonacci sequence?
They do. That's true. Because we're living in the Matrix. It's all a simulation. None of it really matters. But the point is, when AI takes over, whose side are you on? Also, Etsy, there's a crap ton of money to be made on this homemade knickknacks.
There is.
It's not all old ladies knitting and selling garbage. Like people put in minimal effort and make money doing it.
So I have around here a pressed penny that has the Freemason square and compasses on it. It's a homemade leather bound book with custom pressed paper. It's around here somewhere.
And you know what? You think of handcrafted homemade goods.
I know where it is.
Guess what? It's not just a doily. It's not just this little elf made out of a tree stump. You know what? Check this out. This pipe right here, was handmade by.
My pipe's too far away.
By a guy that I know online You know how much he sells this for? This is a $600 pipe. He gave this to me because I'm kind of cool. This is a $600 pipe. He made this in his garage in an afternoon.
Next week on the Underdog Journey, how to carve a pipe.
This guy makes pewter pipe tampers in his garage. This cost him about 20 cents in pewter. This tamper.
What in the nine hells is a pipe tamper?
Pipe tamper. So you're smoking a pipe, you know, right? In my $600 pipe, and the ashes start to build up. Now, what you need is oxygen to continue to burn the tobacco when it gets further down in the pipe, right? So as the ashes build up on top, what you do is you tamp them down, so the ashes get thinner and allow more oxygen down to allow the char to keep burning down. It tamps down the ashes, literally. That's why it's called a tamper. So this guy, about 20 cents in pewter, about, I would say, 20 minutes in effort to make this total.
Casting, okay.
He charges about $35 for these. And he sells hundreds of these. This guy is probably an 80-year-old guy and the nicest guy you'll ever meet. I've met him a couple times now. And he sells
stay off his lawn.
Thousands of these. This is no joke. He is the pipe tamper guy. And it's funny, he's doing everything wrong as far as online businesses go, but he sells so many of these things. Even his URL is goofy. He doesn't even have a URL. He has an online presence. His online channel's name is Buttons for Your Britches, and 4 is the number 4. Buttons for Your Britches has nothing to do with tampers, has nothing to do with pipes, but he sells thousands of these things, and they're great.
Yeah. Well, it really shows the power of niching down.
It does. That's very niche down.
It really illustrates what we've been talking about niching down.
You're totally right. 100% right. So look.
Of course I'm right.
So to sell the handcrafted homemade goods, it sounds boring, but when you're good at something, you can charge $600 for a couple of hours worth of work.
Yeah, I can't. I can literally think of nothing crafty that I would do that would fetch that kind of money. So, all right. So, coming at number 10.
Number 10. Build an audience that you can monetize. This is very broad as well. I'm not sure I care. How are they going to move on from sell a service and build an online audience, and they still have 16 more of these to go? Where else are they going to go from these? These are very broad.
Build an audience you can monetize. Okay, this goes back to that. This goes back to our news.
Gary Vaynerchuk.
This goes back to our news.
Gary Vaynerchuk.
Yeah. Well, no. Gary Vaynerchuk's flipping and things of that nature, and he came after that.
Well, look, I have a story.
Building an audience. No, I want to take it back to I want to take it back to the news story that you had earlier about the young lady who bought a house without a mortgage and all that fun jazz. Mm-hmm. And that's a lot of freaking work.
It is. Building an audience
this is not a thing that, hey, we're going to start today and we're going to monetize the channel and we're going to start making ad revenue. So let's say what the hell's his name? Devin Ross there comes in and says, I want to start a channel and I want to monetize it. Just take a guess. Take a guess of how long it would take him before he could actually monetize it.
So you have a YouTube channel.
So we do have.
Let's say you have a YouTube channel.
YouTube, easiest one to monetize.
Mm-hmm. YouTube channel,
easiest one.
You need. Do you want me to say?
Yeah, go for it.
You need. I think it's not. You said 1,000. I think it's 1,500. So you need 1,000 subscribers, and 1,500 hours of watch time. Now, let's say your videos are 10 minutes a pop, okay? And you've got a couple videos. It's going to take you a long time to build an audience, not just of subscribers, but in total an audience of people just who have randomly found your video and watched it, because the algorithm's not going to love you at first. You need...
No.
It takes a crap ton of time to build an audience in order to monetize. And here's the thing. You need like 1 million views on a video just to make it like $1. Make it a couple dollars.
Yeah.
A million views.
I mean, not our videos. Our videos are like 2 freaking hours long
to make money. Now, and here's the thing. That's why you see a lot of YouTubers. They'll have their own merch, or they'll have sponsored ads where they'll come on.
Diversify your portfolio. Absolutely.
Or they'll stop halfway through the video and say, "This video brought to you by Yeti, because Yeti will keep your water icy," and all kinds of because they need.
All right.
It's hard to make money. And I knew that would get David going. I knew that would get David going.
I don't know what tangent it is right now, but I have never bought a Yeti. All right. So I had a buddy of mine, Keith, and I've been drinking. I don't have it over here tonight, but I've been drinking out of my Yeti cup the last couple of weeks, right? So it's a Metallica blackened Yeti cup. And, you know, my ice cube has been gone for quite some time out of here. On Tuesday, I went down to the lounge. Before I left, I put the ice cube in my cup and drove down to the lounge with the ice cube in my cup.
Yeah.
Okay. I get there. I drink 2 of my Eagle Rares, 2 double Eagle Rares. And then I drink a single double of Dickel. And
David
so
loves
that's
the
3
Dickel.
doubles of bourbon. It was pretty good. It's got a lot on the front, but not a lot on the back. That really didn't sound great. But
David, I'm not gonna. I could expound on that, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, please don't. But I go to leave, and I'm just shocked because I still have a piece of ice cube in the bottom of that. So for all the times I laughed, I had a bunch of neighbors that had the Yeti can koozies. But they use them for beer, and it's a 12-ounce can of beer they put in there, and a 12-ounce
that's
beer
true.
is a shot
That's
of
overkill.
beer
If it
for
takes
me.
you that long to drink a 12-ounce can of beer, you're doing it wrong.
You're doing it wrong. So they had it for that, and I always just laugh like, I'll never have a freaking Yeti. I'm a rubber, grumpy old guy, right? And then I get one given to me, and now I think it's like the freaking coolest thing ever because, you know, I even go further because I'll just throw it in the freezer.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I know I'm going out, I'm gonna take it with me. I'll throw it in the freezer. And so it stays cold. I drop an ice cube in it, and I take my ice cubes with me, and it's good. So anyway, build and monetize. Build an audience that you can monetize.
Easier said than done.
A lot easier said
Way
than done. So
easier
we're
said
on
than done.
147. So we're coming up on 150 here soon. We're gonna be to 150. We're gonna be 150 here in no time at all.
No, I'm look, my pipe channel. I haven't posted a video on there in way too long. Way too long.
You get back on it.
I need to get back on it. And I've actually gained more subscribers since I've stopped posting videos. But I'm well over 1,000. But I'm nowhere near being able to monetize because getting that 1,500 watch hour time is, man, that's hard.
Yeah,
dude, it's real hard. So that lady who's 21 and she's a millionaire. Look, she's doing something right. She's working. Good for her. Good for her.
Great job.
Next
week, sell your bathwater.
Number 11, start a bathwater business. Start a pet business. And that's very broad too, but there's money in it.
It's very broad, but there is money in it. People spend money on animals. People spend money on their animals.
Here's one of the reasons why I love pet businesses in general, okay? And it could be a pet grooming business. It could be a pet food business. It could be a pet dog walking business, a pet sitting business. One of the reasons I love pet businesses is, look, I didn't start mine to make money. Nobody's getting rich doing what I'm doing. But one of the reasons why you can actually make money with your pet business if you do it right is when the economy goes down, dude, that's a nice bottle right there. That's a nice bottle right there.
This is the Rye the Lightning.
That has nothing to do with pets or businesses, but that is a great
I haven't even opened it up yet. We might open it up next.
That's nice bourbon. But one of the reasons I love pet businesses
that's a nice bourbon.
Is when the economy goes down, when the economy starts to go down, this is a proven fact, time and time again, there are 2 things that are safe bets, okay? Vices and pets. People will spend less money on themselves. They will never spend less money on their pets because they love their pets. Yeah. They'll spend less money on their kids than they spend on their pets. This is a fact. It's a fact.
So there's a company out there called Remarket Media that literally specializes in marketing for vice businesses. You should reach out to them. They're great guys.
Remarket Media.
Remarket Media.
All right. So
we really need to get that thing moving.
And again, this is very broad, but you know what? I love it because it's totally true. Pet,
it is true.
Here's one that
is very true.
I've told my current wife. Look, she's mentioned this, and she's like, "Oh, I would love to do something like that." I'm like, you know what? If you want to quit your job today, I'll quit my job. If my boss is watching, I apologize. I think this is half in jest, half not. But I mentioned like, look, we can get an SBA right now and start this business. Here's the business, and this is surprisingly good business to start. He's cracking the seal. He's doing it. He's opening it.
We're going to go Rye the Lightning.
Rye the Lightning. I love the name, by the way. Great name. But here's a great business, by the way. which is a private dog park. Private dog park. This is
genius.
This is a big thing that is actually becoming bigger. People will get a subscription, a membership to your private
to a dog park.
And here's the thing:
private dog park.
People who are doing it really well and actually make money, they have the private dog park. They'll have boarding services. Dude, they do it up right, and there is money. It is
so
printing press. That's what it is.
So I was talking to you about, and I got to go over to Albany, New York here. I'll probably go over there next month, maybe the month after. But I was talking to you about a business over there that people wanted to do a dog washing and things like that, and a private dog park. Because I talked to him, I said, I didn't even know what I was talking about.
Yeah.
I said, you know what would go really well with this is if you had a dog park attached to your thing, attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought about it. It never crossed my mind to think subscription only.
People who are doing it well,
member
people
only.
who are doing it well, they'll have a pool, and they'll have they'll guess what? The people who own the place, it's a private dog park. They'll have somebody who works there who cleans up the poop. I mean, there is money to be made there. And I told my current wife, I was like, look, if you want to, we can make this happen right now.
Wow.
Right now. I would jump on that.
You guys live in an area that would actually do very well.
We live right in the triangle between Worthington, Dublin, and
Powell.
And Powell. And there is some money to be had in this area, is all I got to say.
Yes.
I've told Kirsten, and I've been emphatic, look, if you're serious, we will do this. But she likes the security of a 9-to-5, so I'm not fighting it. But look, we're leaving money on the table.
That doesn't mean you can't. That doesn't mean that the Underdog Plus can't develop into it.
Underdog Plus has plans. That's all I'm going to say. Underdog Plus has plans. Underdog Plus has plans.
Indeed.
Plans beyond the new flavor that's going to come out soon, which is apple bacon.
Apple bacon.
And I want to eat
bacon.
They smell so good. So anyway, okay.
So when I come in on Sunday, I'm gonna get to taste some of them, right?
I'll have a batch made up by then. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Cool. So number 12 is create a membership program. I promise we did not plan this.
That was not intentional. This is their list. To be honest, I didn't even have time because I'm on vacation and was watching Star Trek.
You know what?
To even dig in to look at these.
I browsed it, but I was like, yeah, we can wing this. And
this is a good one to wing.
Yeah,
I like it. So create a membership program, and I am an advocate for this at all steps. There is memberships that you can sell, and that recurring revenue is really what you're after in this kind of market or in this kind of business. And to be honest, and I say this all the time, anytime you think about cutting your costs, raise it by 10%. Mm-hmm. In this case, depending on what your membership is, you may want to go, all right, I really need $10 a member out of my out of this to make it worth my while. Mm-hmm. You may want to go in at 5.
Look,
and double your membership, because there's some traps in there that you can take care of that will lean in your favor.
Look, David, I have mentioned this to you before. I've mentioned before, when times are tough, when the competition's tough, you don't lower your price, you raise your price. And in fact, one of my favorite subscription services, membership programs, is something that you yourself have bought into in the past. Bespoke Post.
I love Bespoke Post. I was literally just talking about Bespoke Post the other day to a group of people.
It's a great service.
And I've got my bourbon smoker over there. I got it from Bespoke Post. My overnight bag. If anybody ever sees me travel, I usually travel with just an overnight bag. Mm-hmm. And my overnight bag from Bespoke Post. Mm-hmm. I've got a lovely little knife here that I use, sadly, as a letter opener. That sits over there. My beer bottle opener came from Bespoke Post. And this is the sound of the Ride of the Lightning being popped in for the first time.
Pour yourself a glass. Oh, that's nice. That's a beautiful sound. I love that.
That was a good pop right there.
Pour yourself a glass.
Oh, wow.
How's the aroma?
Wow. Oh, it's very pungent on the front part of it, but mellows shortly thereafter. So we're going to pour a little bit of that in that glass right there. Pungent. And we're going to do Ride of the Lightning for the first time. I have not tried this yet. So this is the Ride of the Lightning. This is okay. So they don't do batches. So on the regular on the regular Blackens,
Mm-hmm.
they'll do batches, so you can tell what batch you're
Mm-hmm.
in. And so I've done quite a number of batches.
So I'm glad you're mentioning bourbon though, because a lot of people don't
Blackens.
realize number 12 membership program, right?
Membership.
Subscription service or a loyalty program. There are subscription services for bourbon. There are beer of the month clubs, cheese of the month clubs.
Yes.
A guy that I know.
Yes.
So I like I
That's
said,
the
I'm
gift
into
that just keeps on giving.
I'm into the pipe stuff. There's a guy that I know online who just started a service where he'll do something similar, where every month when you subscribe to his loyalty program, subscription service, he'll send you a new pipe tobacco every month. Same thing.
That's very cool.
One thing I'm going to put on the
So
web.
is this the guy that you made the tobacco? You done your own blend?
Nah, different guy.
And done all the weights and stuff?
Different guy. But
Okay.
he's leaving money on the
That
table
was a
too.
great show.
But
That was a great show.
one thing I'm going to do with mine is a subscription service, a membership program, where if you subscribe every month, guess what? At a discounted price, I'm going to send you a new bag of treats automatically.
My favorite soap, I'm trying to think of what it's called. Nikki, if you're still watching, what's the name of that soap I like? It's a cold pressed soap. And right now I've got one that's got coffee in it. And it just scratches the hell out of you, so I love it. I'm kind of thinking of it.
It's exfoliating,
David.
It's
a manly
exfoliating.
thing. It's exfoliating my pores. That's why my skin looks so lovely.
I was going to say, you're glowing right now is what's happening. It's that or the bourbon. I don't know.
It's the bourbon.
Dr. Squash, she says.
Dr. Squash, that's it. It's Dr. Squatch, not Dr. Squash.
Their marketing, by the way, is on point.
Yes.
Their marketing is they have really good marketing.
They do a great job. They do a great job. So I like that stuff. I like their products, and I pay a premium for it. And more importantly, if you go on a subscription base, you get a discount.
Mm-hmm. That's it. So I'll do something similar with the Underdog Plus. But look, membership programs, it takes a lot of work to stand it up. But once you do, there is money. There's money. Because the thing about a membership program is a lot of people will set it and forget it. And that's how a lot of these things make their money.
Do it.
Is in the long run.
Send it over.
It's the long game. So number 13. Oh, hang on. I'm getting a phone call. Potential spam.
Number 13. Potential.
I get so much spam. I'm surprised it's the first I'm getting during this thing.
Oh, wow. It's been 2 hours of solid bourbon drinking. So if I say potential spam wrong, I guess that's okay.
Potential spam.
Potential spam.
All right. Suspenseful.
All right. So, holy mother of God.
What?
Look at your home screen.
What's wrong with my home screen? You're not even seeing my inbox. Hang on. No, David.
Dude, you got me straight up twitching, man.
David,
what you understand?
What you understand, David?
Is it gets worse.
It gets way worse. You want to see my inbox?
I've only ever had a woman ask me that, but okay.
Look down towards the bottom of the screen there. How many emails do I have unread?
Dude. Dude.
I'm a very busy man, David.
No.
I'm a very busy man.
I'm like, where's my phone? But my phone, you guys can't see it, but I changed the setup today to try to make it a little more simple for myself. So I've got my camera here. I got my laptop sitting in front of me because I finally found the table I've been looking for. But then I've got my phone actually running the podcast here and propped up on it. If there is a bubble that has an icon on it, no, it must be cleared. It must be cleared. That means all right, Devin. All right, y'all suck. That is how I keep track of everything. Unread emails. My goal for unread emails is 0.
Yeah, well, so here's why you're
track
doing email.
Everything from
First of all, you're doing email wrong. I have at least a dozen email addresses I use just for different types of junk mail that I sign up for different reasons at different times. So that's part of that reason. It's not just actually important emails I should read. Most of that is junk email that I have filtered into specific inboxes for different reasons. So, look, I'm in corporate marketing, so I am a huge email nerd. So I know what I'm talking about there. All right, David, how's Rye the Lightning?
Wow.
Is that a good wow or a wow?
It is a very good wow. Wow.
You like a rye?
I'm going to I'm not a fan of rye, but I think I'm not a fan of rye. You remember the bourbon tasting we did at Tudovino
Mhm.
over in Dublin
That
and
was a fun
Muirfield?
night.
Well, would have been a fun night, but I had thrown my back out earlier that day,
Mhm.
and I was in just severe pain. But I dedicated myself to going to do this bourbon tasting, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, and I can't remember his name off the top of my head. He's sitting there going over all the bourbon or all the
Mhm.
bourbons and talking. And we're pairing it with this cheese and all these different fruits and whatnot. And he got to the first heavy rye, and I was just in miserable pain. I took a drink of it, and my mind just associated rye bourbon with that feel of my back just being all like,
Oh man.
and it was not good. So it took me a long time to come back
That
down and be like,
association.
all right, I'll try rye again.
Yep.
Yeah. So this right here, it is smooth, but while it's smooth, it'll still square kick you in the nuts.
Ride the lightning. Ride the lightning.
Ride the lightning. So in case you guys don't get the reference, wow, that is a good bourbon. Ride the Lightning Blackened. It's a collaboration from Dickerel, not Dickerel,
Dickerel.
Pickerel and Metallica. The master distiller Pickerel and Metallica. But there is a song from Metallica called "Ride the Lightning."
It's a play on
the whole
words.
album.
It's basically the bourbon version of a dad joke.
It really is, and I approve. It is.
There should be more dad
from
jokes
a bourbon
in
guy.
bourbon. I agree. Come on. Who's drinking
from
the
a bourbon
It's
guy
dads.
and a
We appreciate
Metallica
it.
guy? I approve of this collaboration. It is delicious.
We appreciate that.
And I should put that back down because I keep taking sips of it, and sips add up.
You're telling me.
And we are 2 hours in, and I'm fine.
And we don't have to make it through this whole
Okay.
list, but this is fun. So
We're
number
gonna give it a
13
try.
is join an affiliate marketing program. Affiliate marketing.
Move on.
Yikes.
Jesus.
If anybody ever tries to
Jesus.
sell you a
Don't do
course
this.
on affiliate marketing, run the other way as fast as you can.
Run.
Affiliate
don't get
marketing
involved.
is, yeah, let's just move on. Number
No.
14. Number 14.
Hold on a second. Let's go back to it real quick. There is an application for this after you've already been able to monetize your channel and you have a few million subscribers.
Right. Like
There is some potential for you to use an affiliate marketing
right.
program to
Joe
your
Rogan.
advantage.
There's my one.
Yes.
Joe Rogan could make money affiliate marketing. The average Joe Blow, you are going to waste so much time and energy.
Joe Carnahan. Joe Carnahan's not.
Which is
doing
my
this.
uncle. I actually have an
Yes.
uncle named Joe Carnahan. He's nowhere near as cool
Okay,
as
that
Joe
works.
Rogan. I apologize, Uncle Joe. But you're nowhere near as cool. Okay, so number 14, become a virtual event planner. Look, there's money in that, which is true with any event planning.
I don't
There's
even know what the
money.
hell that means.
Well, we can read. Virtual event planning is profitable business idea if you enjoy organizing and connecting people. Grow at 23% a year per year. The significant rise in business events and blah, blah, blah. Look, you can make money. Basically, online conferences.
Hosting a Skype.
Online conferences are becoming big business. Smaller businesses, mom and pop shops, who don't know how to do online meetings and courses and learning events and business events of any kind could use your service. There's money to be had there. There's a learning curve, and there's a lot of learning and technical jargon to be picked up in the meantime. But if you're tech savvy enough, look, you can do it. There's money there. I don't oppose this one. I wouldn't add it to my list of top 25 businesses to start, but you can do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. This seems to me like a service that would be offered underneath something else.
Yes.
Wedding planner or other type of planner. This seems like a subcategory.
It is a subcategory.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Coming in at number
15. Start a landscaping business.
Casey Kasem counting them down.
Look,
actually, we're counting them up.
landscaping. There's
We should have
money
started
in
at
landscaping.
26.
It's manual. It's
Yes,
manual as
okay.
hell, but there's money in landscaping.
Okay. So yes, landscaping business. So there are some people out there that do wonderful jobs. I know a couple people over in Columbus. I know a couple people over here. I know a couple people down in the South. That do this.
There's money.
And there is major.
There's a guy in my neighborhood.
Major money.
There's a guy in my neighborhood. He only services this neighborhood, right? And once a year, he
Niche down.
hits me with a text message. Hey, you want some aeration in your lawn or some seeding or whatever? I'm like, yeah, I want some. Give me aeration and seeding. By the end, I pay him what, $225 for both. He's at my house for like an hour.
Yep.
And he just pulled down $225. Now look, there's transportation he has to do from his. He lives down the street.
Yep, all the stuff.
And
the
he only
marketing,
services
everything.
my
Yeah.
neighborhood. This guy can
Yep.
probably do 10 to 15 houses in
So-
a day, making that kind of money.
So, okay. So I don't know if anybody out there knows anything about landscaping and lawn sprinklers, but every lawn sprinkler, especially in Ohio, is required to have a backflow preventer. A backflow preventer is required to be inspected once a year. If I still lived there, I would have my own backflow inspection company. I would not provide any service, repairs, or anything. I'm just for the inspection.
Because there's money
And
there, right?
I would just,
It
there's
is
money
niched
there.
down, and there is money there.
Yes. Yeah, very specific, very good. So yeah, so I am all for this. Landscaping
one.
businesses is good because well, if you live in the south, that's good. But if you live in the north, well, we got the winter. Well, that means there's snow plowing time. Shut the frig up and move
There's
on.
snow plowing. There's
There is.
salting.
Yes,
You can do.
There is business and money to be
There's
made.
gutter dam removal. I mean,
Cleaning.
all kinds of stuff.
Yep.
There's so much.
You could do downspout cleaning. You can do the pipe that goes
Mhm.
from, because in Ohio the sump pump ties in with it and then it goes out to the curb for drainage. All of that stuff to be cleaned. And if you do a router from the street up to clean out inevitably, because it's perforated pipe over there, the roots and stuff that get into it. That right there, that's a $500 service. It's going to take you an hour to do.
Right, exactly. Look, it's manual as hell, but there's money in landscaping. I approve.
Oh,
I approve. Number 15, I would have ranked
Yes.
this higher, frankly.
yeah, I would have ranked that much higher. I don't know if this is a ranking, but we're going to rank it higher.
Number 16.
Here's to you.
Test
Wait. Here's to you, Mr. Landscape Guy.
Mr. Landscape
Crack open
Guy
a nice
doing
warm
your,
bottle of Rye the Lightning.
doing your marketing correctly like a real American. Real American
right.
heroes.
We've done more for Bud Light's marketing campaign. Never mind. Shut up,
No,
Dave.
we're
Move
moving on, David. We're moving on.
All right. What do we got next?
Number 16, test app development. I didn't even read this. So I'm not totally sure what this entails. Create a million. Hang on. I got to read this with a straight face. creating $1 million app.
Wait. I'll read
right,
it.
go ahead.
I'll read what's on the screen. You drink more bourbon.
Yeah, please.
Creating $1 million app on your own business is not easy. In fact, 99.5% of consumer apps, I said bourbon, not water. Most apps don't have
Gotta hydrate.
product market fit. They need a ton of marketing and they're very expensive. So why bother in putting this on your small business idea list? Business consumers of an app idea isn't the only path for entrepreneurs. That's the problem with the French. They have no word for entrepreneur. That new apps for Shopify App Store crop up daily, blah, 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 blah. Scroll.
Not a lot of detail
Okay,
here.
so we still don't know what the hell this actually
So it is test app development. I'm gonna say it is probably being an app tester,
Yeah, I
which would
say
be like
A/B
a
app
video
test.
game beta tester. Which
beta, yeah, I was thinking beta testing.
I have had a stint in video game development. I've been there. Remember Midway Games?
Yeah, so if people don't know this, but Wes Carnahan was actually the model for Sonya out of Mortal Kombat.
You should see me in that spandex. You should see me in the spandex. Finish him.
Yes, indeed.
Why, yes, I will.
And he did. He did. That's how he got the job.
But I'm bummed. Now we're getting in trouble. Okay, so the point. I'm guessing it's like a
Back to that family.
beta-
Back to that family.
like a beta tester.
yeah, beta testing.
I'm glad you mentioned Mortal
all right,
Kombat.
so-
Speaking of Midway Games, Devin, I could tell you some stories. I won't on air. But yeah, if you can get your foot in the door for doing this, there's money. I wouldn't say it's easy. I wouldn't say it's
I wouldn't say it's easy. I would say it's very
It's not
very
easy.
time-consuming too.
The hard part is getting your foot in the door. It's not, and it's
So-
not big money. You're not going to make big money doing it, but once you get your foot in the door, yeah, you can do it.
So in a very recent test here, Wes shot me over the link to his website before it went live. And I went through the sites. I went through the
Mhm.
pages. I mean, it took me about a half hour, 45 minutes to go through all the pages
Mhm.
and make sure all the links and all the connections and everything were there that I could access. And I sent him back, well, I think there was like 3
You sent me a
tips,
good list.
3 things.
And you found something just
Yeah.
today on my email.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, and send it back. Say, hey, this needs fixed. So my thought on this is, while it could potentially do money, the time involved, so your ROI on this, I think, would be lower than some
Right.
others.
And
So it would be good, but I would be very picky about what you selected. And the pickier you are,
Right.
again, niching down to what your customer list is going to be, I think you could do well with it. But if you were just like, I'm going to take everything,
right. And getting
I
your
don't
foot
think
into
it's
the
gonna
door for this one is it's
Hard.
going to be real hard. So this is
Yeah.
you can do it, but it's going to be real hard to get in there. Number 17, childcare.
we're moving
I
on.
would not recommend. That sounds terrible.
Don't do
Number
that.
18, start an online coffee shop. There are people making tons of money on coffee.
What the frig is an online coffee shop?
Selling coffee online.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm like,
No, you're not going to come
like,
to.
I'll have a latte, and then I make a latte and I drink it because it's online. And
That
the
would
other
be
people
awesome.
are just
I
at
want
home
that
like, well,
shop.
shit, that didn't work.
You
for
come to my online shop,
people.
I'll drink the coffee. You just order it and pay for it. Dude, that sounds great. I want that now.
I almost sat outside of the what's the place my wife sent me? Starbucks. I was outside of Starbucks. You're going to order coffee. I'm going to go and order it and drink it, and you're going to watch me.
That sounds great. Actually, I'll bet there's a niche for that.
There probably is.
I'll bet there's a really weird OnlyFans for that.
Yeah. So my wife now, she's learned. So I don't know anything at all about coffee. I don't drink
love
coffee.
coffee.
I know nothing. And so what I do is I order whatever they tell me on the screen.
Mhm.
So whatever's in the middle of the Starbucks
Whatever's
screen when
right
I
in the
go to
middle.
Starbucks, that's what my wife gets.
That's funny. So here's the funny thing.
Period.
Caffeine has no effect on me at all. I could drink coffee right now and just go right to sleep. But I love the taste of coffee. So I love coffee. I'll drink it all day and all night. I put
Nah.
coffee in my protein shakes, which is
No,
awesome.
nope.
If you drink protein shakes,
I have
put
coffee in my
it. I
soap.
promise you. You have coffee in your soap. Exactly. Coffee's good for everything.
I have roasted coffee beans in my soap that scratch me when I use this soap.
Yeah. So anyway, online coffee shops, buying coffee online is big business. In fact, that's actually one of the ways I came up with the design for my packaging for the dog treats. Is you'll see some of these homemade dog treats have the custom bags made up and they'll have big stickers across the front. I like the sort of crafty homemade coffee shop look. A lot of them will have the paper bag and they'll have the stamp of their logo on it. I like that stamp look, so I kind of stole that from the coffee thing. I actually like online coffee shops.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're talking about marketing and selling coffee, that's good. So we actually have right down the street from us, not right down the street. I live in freaking upstate New York. So it's a few miles away, that they are a coffee shop. They roast coffee.
Mhm.
And while I do not like the taste of coffee whatsoever, on days when they're roasting
It
beans
smells
there,
amazing.
and that smell,
Yeah.
oh my Lord, it's so great.
Dude,
So I'll be driving up 81 and smell it, like, oh, it's a coffee day.
right.
And you'll see white smoke just rolling out of the thing. It does smell good. All right, coming in at number 19.
Number 19 is become a handyman. There's money in
Okay.
that. Sure. Look, I've had local
absolutely.
handymen come in and do XYZ jobs around my house. I mean,
Just so everybody knows, I am not a handyman. I will try to fix whatever I can for you, but I'm going to probably break 7 other things on the way to get it
you
done.
done work in
all
my
right?
house. You didn't break anything.
It is a one-off.
Not that you told me about. I'm going to find him
So-
10 years from now when you
Yeah.
David broke
So
my
right now our house is back under construction we're not under construction, but we're going to paint the sunroom over there and come into the kitchen and stuff to try to get continue on what we've been doing. And I was like, I can just knock this out. And the wife's like, she's like, you're kind of a bull in the china shop when you come to paint. You're just like slap it on everything. Like, okay, all right, fine enough. But so there is definitely things there. I would rather pay just as a saying, or just as a thought, I would rather pay West to come
Right.
in and do something than call 1-800-anybody.
Right. And that's
Okay.
it. Local handymen, there's money there. I'm not opposed to it. I've
Exactly.
had local, like I said, whenever something happens in our house that like I can't do, the first thing that happens is my current wife and I will go on the local neighborhood Facebook page and say, hey, can you recommend somebody? Usually it's somebody within the neighborhood who's handy, and they'll come in and $100.
And there's always that asshole on the Facebook group that's like, you could just Google this.
Yeah, I could, but I want somebody else to do it.
I understand you don't get it. Move on.
Right, exactly. So look, local handyman, there is money to be had there, and you can make a good living doing it. People do it all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. So back, I mean, I was an electrician by trade, and I just had to keep up my prices. I didn't want anything to do with it. I didn't want to do it. I was literally just helping.
You brought up a great point just now. Go ahead, keep going. I'll bring it up in a minute.
So what I did was, instead of just telling people no, I just upped my price. Hey, do this, up my price a little bit more. I go over here, up my price a little bit more. Over here, up my, because they kept handing me off, and I'm doing work in Muirfield, which some of you guys may not know, but Muirfield's a pretty nice neighborhood over there. It's where the Memorial Tournament takes place, and it got to a point where I was making pretty damn good money on a couple of little side jobs, but the whole purpose of me raising the price was to get them to go somewhere else. It's not the work I want to do.
And that's a great, we could do a whole show just on this, because that's a great point. Here's the thing. A lot of people keep marking the prices down to get more business. Here's the thing. When you have a good business and people keep recommending you, guess what? And here's one of the problems that I have with you and I, between the two of us, know a lot of people who start their own businesses. And one of the reasons they say they can't scale their businesses, they have too much business. I have too much business. I can't grow. If I get any more business, I won't be able to fulfill this stuff. Guess what? You're being dumb. My
That's
best
a
buddy over
great
here,
problem
you're
to
being
have.
stupid. That's a great problem to have. Here's what you do. You raise your prices. So you have fewer customers, but you're making more money. It's a premium service.
So your margin's there. So let's say your margin's there, and now that
your
margin
volume is
in that
lower.
gap is going to
your margin is higher.
You're going to give you ability to hire on and bring and expand your capabilities. Then you can do a price correction or price equilibrium to bring it back down if you need to.
But you don't
That's
need
only
to.
If you need to.
But you don't need to.
You don't need
Here's
to.
the thing. Look, you raise your price to the point that people are willing to pay. You have fewer customers, but they're paying more. Guess what?
So
you are now making way more money with fewer customers. That's the idea. That's what you want.
When I did that, I was, hey, I'm knocking this out for you, a little something here, a little small. Then it got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And when I started raising my prices, I got more recommendations.
Right.
And then when I had my prices up pretty damn high, just before people were finally caught on to like, hey, man,
you don't actually want my work, do you?
I cut my availability. My availability is what happened. I had to end up cutting my availability for them, but they said this guy's expensive, but well worth it.
Right.
And I'm just sitting here going, mother, father. So if you're a friend of mine and you have a service entrance, like your breaker panel, and you need to replace it, I will come in and do it. So I did one of our friends. I did it. I said, I want pizza, beer, and a torque wrench, because I didn't have a torque wrench at the time, and I need a torque wrench to torque down the lugs for the main breaker. And then I gave it back to him, let him take it back and get a full refund. But that's what I do. It's I would rather do it for free for someone than it's not a part-time thing for me. I don't want to.
But if this were your business,
becoming a handyman as a business, if you have a talent that is extremely lucrative, extremely lucrative,
So
don't lower.
I do not oppose this at all. This is great.
Not at all.
Number 20. I'm going to block out number 21. Sell your photography. Where is Matt Harmon when you need him? He actually has Little Red Hen Photography.
You're blocking out 21. Wait, what's
because we can't get there yet.
More curious about what's 21. Oh, we're not there. Oh, okay. So you're only blocking it out so we don't see it yet.
We got.
It's not like become a
26 of these things we got to get through, and we have time. So sell your photography. Look, if you are so creatively inclined, sure, sell your photography. It's hard as shit because everybody with a camera thinks they're a photographer. But if you can do it, sure, why not? There are actually services where you can sell your photography, like not Shutterfly, different stock photo companies. Shutterstock. There's 100 of them, right? You can basically license your photography to these third parties, and every time somebody purchases your stock photo, you'll get paid a little bit. You could sell your photography.
I got number 27. So once we get through this list, I got number 27 for everybody. So don't let me forget 27.
You can sell your photography by being a wedding photographer, which I've also done in the past, and man, that sucks. I can tell you some more stories there. There's 100 different ways you can sell your photography.
I was just a wedding gigolo, so I don't
OnlyFans.
know about the photography.
OnlyFans is a big thing. Look, I'm not saying that pornography is a great thing, but guess what? Some certain guy that we happen to know that usually sits over here has done some OnlyFans photography and has made some money that way. There's money in selling your photography. It's hard to get into the business. It's hard to actually make a name for yourself. But if you can do it, sure, there's money. I wouldn't have added to this list, but you can do it.
I think we could start a channel called Rating OnlyFans. So all of the people out there could send us the OnlyFans. We could rate your OnlyFans, and then you could increase traffic.
I don't want to do that show. No. I've heard some of the war stories from this guy that sits back here.
Yeah.
And some of the stories he's told me, I'm like,
I've seen some of the pictures of people on OnlyFans, and I'm not interested.
He's told me some stories about some of the photos he's taken, and I'm like, that sounds like a nightmare. So photography, I wouldn't have added it to this list, but there it is. You can do it.
Yeah, I would have honestly, instead of sell your photography, I would have been photographer.
Right.
I think that would have been a better fit for you. Selling your photography is a whole different story. That's
Devin Ross, I'm not adding that comment to the stream. Number 21.
I didn't get to see it. Where the heck go? Where'd it go?
I'll let you find that one. Number 21. Let's move on to number 21 while David's finding that, is become a social media management consultant.
Excuse me.
Look,
that time I burped.
Yes. Consulting, there's a lot of money in consulting. So I have done a lot of consulting work in my past.
I do it all the time.
There's a ton of money to be had. Again, part of it is getting the audience who's willing to pay for your service. But if you can get your foot in the door, yeah, you can do it. Here's the problem. Here's the problem with social media consulting, though, right? Here's the problem. Everybody and their brother. First of all, I have Facebook. I can do this. They don't know what the hell they're doing, but they think they can. For the same reason that executives who have access to stock photos, or random GIFs or emojis, think that they can do graphic design. Everybody has Facebook, so they think they can do social media marketing. The same thing is everybody and their cousin has a nephew.
Clip art.
Clip art. That's what I was looking for. Everybody in their
I was sitting here fishing for it too. I'm like,
everybody in their cousin
clip art.
has a niece or nephew who has a TikTok account.
Oh, they're really good with social media.
Oh yeah, my 12-year-old niece.
My nephew, my niece, she's like really good with social media.
Really good on social media. So I'll just hire her. And so it's really hard to convince these executives that their niece is 12 years old and has no idea what the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you can convince your clients that your time is worth it, yeah, there's money to be had there. There's a lot of money. But it's hard to get those clients.
It's hard to get those clients, and it is a business that really you've got a lot of work to prove yourself.
You're right. So a lot of your clients in this social media management are going to come from referrals. You need to build up. We've done whole shows about this. Social proof. You need to build the social proof of people within that niche that you know what you're talking about. You need Joe Blow business owner over here to tell his other Joe Blow business owner over here, buddy, that you actually know what you're talking about and you improved his business by X, Y, and Z increments. Because without that, he's going to go back to his niece and say, hey, you know Facebook, you know TikToks, make me an account. Okay, Uncle Jimmy. I don't know where I'm going with this. It's getting weird now. Devin Ross says, don't you need a portfolio to become a consultant? It helps. That's what we're talking about.
No.
Social proof.
You don't have to. You don't have to have it, but it
really helps. So yeah, become a social media.
It's really not that hard to come up. Let's say you are an SME in something, and you want to become a consultant in that market. Mm-hmm. It's really not going to be very hard for you to come up with that portfolio.
Right, but you need to put the legwork in to build that up. So portfolio is the easy part. The hard part is getting your first couple clients.
Yeah.
Once you have your first couple clients, then it's easier to go out and say, hey, I did this job for this guy over here. Now, you got to do a great job. You can't half-ass it. You need to say, I did a great job for these people over here, and have them write you a really glowing review. And then you can go out and say, hey, guess what? I did this for these people over here. I can do the same for you. That's how you continue on.
Yeah.
It takes legwork. You can do it. But it's hard to get your foot in the door, especially with this type of thing, because everybody thinks they know social media, but it's actually very difficult.
Yeah, all right. Number 22.
Number 22, start a beauty business.
Well, I mean, clearly I'm a beauty.
Well, David, I
so
mean, you
let's
were
start the
made for
business.
this.
All right. Strike the pose. There's nothing to
Yeah,
it.
so personal care, at-home spa rituals, beauty technology. I don't know. This is not our niche. We weren't made for this.
So it's not our niche, but it's easy. It's easy to understand. This market, its marketing strategy shares a lot with other
This is
SME
true.
style businesses.
You're right.
So the fact that it's beauty products is absolutely irrelevant.
It follows the same
What that
principles
is-
as, say, a pet business or a
Exactly.
car detailing bit. The principles are the
Exactly.
same, even though you yourself may not be. You might look like one of us.
Yeah. Old day Waka, whatever Jabba the Hutt says. So I shared a video. We're gonna move on.
Yeah, let's
23.
keep going. Let's not get ourselves in trouble. You get what we're saying, though. All right, number 23.
Yeah. So I mean that one tells it.
Number 23. House sitting and pet sitting. Look, it's hard getting the clients, but you can do
Another
it.
cop out.
It's a cop out.
Another
It's a
cop out.
cop-out.
This thing could be this one. I mean, house setting is not a business. Pet sitting is, but that could have been wrapped under.
Well, they already
pet
had one for
services
pet
earlier.
businesses, so wouldn't this apply?
So this is a cop out. This is somebody that's like, hey, I need to make a longer list.
Yeah, this
So
is exactly.
I think I think this list could have been narrowed down to like 12.
I think this is written by ChatGPT.
a good possibility.
Very good possibility. By the
Look
way,
at all the bullet points. Based upon the bullet points and the way it's laid out, definitely.
well, I don't know. Hey, I write a mean bullet point, and by the way, the blog.
You do.
The blog.
You are West GPT.
Call me West GPT. And by the way, the blog on Underdog Plus is the only blog. I can say this definitively. This is the only blog on the internet written by an actual human being. Number 24, phone accessories. I wasn't expecting that.
What the?
I was not
frick?
expecting that. You can sell
Here.
phone accessories?
What? Okay. All right. So this goes back under the drop shipping category.
Exactly.
That's where this
Yes.
this is drop shipping. For the love of God, do not try. What?
This was somebody's trying to fill out the list now. I think at this point they didn't expect somebody to read this far.
What?
I don't think they thought somebody would read this far into the article, and they're actually shocked that
But
we
this
made
is
it this
drop
far.
shipping, man. This is literally okay. All right.
Yeah,
all right,
buy
let's look
all
at
the
it.
accessories
Because
from.
so many people own mobile phones now.
Right.
There's a huge market for phone accessories.
I'll tell you how to start a phone accessory
And-
business. You start drop
Now,
shipping.
wait a minute.
You start drop shipping from Alibaba. You put it on your website. Bada bing, bada boom. You just sold a phone charger or a
Well,
case.
also we have a period and an and. Who starts the sentence
And
with an and? And there are many different ways you can go with these accessories: print on demand, handmade, niche by product type, drop shipping, and more. Well,
you mean all the things we just talked about?
all the things that's already been in the list. All right. Coming in at number 25.
25. Let's move on. No, 25. Sell a subscription
Subscription
box.
boxes.
This is literally
there.
repeating.
Bespoke post.
We just talked about this. They did
Yes.
not think we'd read this far into the article. We literally already
No,
covered
they didn't.
subscription service, which I don't remember which one it was, but this was already on there. Number 20.
Yeah, that's already on there. So we got.
Number 26.
Does it say invest? I seen invest.
If you don't know why we're laughing,
Go back and watch every 146 episodes before this, and you'll find out.
we did a show literally talking about this and actually referenced it at the beginning of this show.
You know what? There is money to be made in vending machines. It is not incorrect.
There is money. The startup capital involved.
It is not.
And
yeah,
the
startup
maintenance
capital
involved.
is very high. Maintenance is high. Your investment is high. Your continuing investment is high.
You will be in the red
and
for a minimum
for
of 5.
at least
You'll be in the red for a
2
minimum
to
of 5 to 10 years. In addition to the fact that within those 5 to 10 years, you'll be in the red as far as taking out the loans you need to pay for all this shit. On top
your
of that,
ROI is not going to be there.
on top of that, you'll be pulling in about 20 to 40 grand a year.
Yeah, we did
Max.
that. We literally took the numbers of a person who's like, I make a lot of money.
I
doing
make $5
vending
million
machines and
in
passive
vending machines.
income."
We did the math.
Yeah, and passive income. We did the math. They were full of shenanigans, is what they were.
Exactly.
They did not do that. They were trying to sell you on it and pyramid scheme the hell
He was
out
trying
of
to
it.
sell an online course about how to make money on vending machines.
Yeah. I was really hoping. I hope
they'd end on a crescendo.
that there was something that would anchor okay. So out of the 26, what do you think is the best? Out of the 26, what do you think is the best?
Ooh, this is.
We got vending machines. We
all
got
right, hang on. There's a
whatever
quick list,
that
there's
was.
a quick list up here on the top that I skipped through.
Oh, okay.
All right, so start dropshipping. There's money, but there's a crap ton of work to do, and you got to have really good customer service to make it work.
Print on demand and another form of dropship. Launch your own book. I'm gonna go with create digital products and online courses.
I'd say
I think of all the ones.
Yeah, if you do it right, and you produce a course that is valuable to the end user, to the customer, I would say online course is the number one as far as lucrative and easy.
Okay, so you and I agree on that. Number two,
online course.
Number two, I'm going to say handcrafted homemade. No, fashion boutique. Not fashion boutique.
I would say fashion boutique. I'd say boutique shop, which I would narrow down to a niched down online shop.
Niche down shop. Yeah, niche down online shop. So you and I agree on 1 and 2.
Yep. An audience you can monetize.
That's what all of
membership program is not bad. I wouldn't rank it in my top 5.
Okay, yeah, membership program. I'd probably put that 3 or 4. I would not argue if somebody said 3 and made a good case for it.
Landscaping.
And if somebody came in and said number 4, I wouldn't argue too hard
business.
there. Landscaping. Oh my Lord, landscaping. Yes. Okay, that's gonna be very high.
Yeah.
Again, heavy labor intensive. A lot of startup capital for everything, but there's a lot to be made there.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as your return on investment there, that one's got a great opportunity. So there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's get number 5 because the rest of them are garbage.
There's a lot of garbage
number
here.
5.
There's a lot of garbage.
There's a lot of garbage. House setting and pet sitting.
No.
That did not crack the top 5.
No. You know what? Even pet business, I would say that should go into boutique because it's niched down.
Yeah, very niche down.
So I wouldn't say that. I'd say, oh boy, maybe handyman.
Handyman. That would actually, I'd say that would round out our top 5. I would say that would round out the top 5. I mean, you don't want phone accessories.
I want to start a charitable business.
No, don't do that. That's not a great way to make money. Is to be a charitable business.
There's no such thing. That's not even a thing.
We had create a membership program, right?
Membership
was in there number 2.
Membership program. That's a sleeper. I think that's a sleeper. That's a really good one that very few people would consider. Yeah,
and you could do that. Okay, just on the create the membership program, that is something that you can utilize. I'm trying to think of a business that you couldn't utilize it in. So I'm going to go with all businesses, and if somebody can prove me wrong, then great.
I would say all niches. I would say all niches. You could easily make a membership or loyalty program associated with it. Now, look, I have worked on. I've built some personally from the ground up some very big, very notable loyalty programs. And when you do it right, when you niche down to your audience and you find out what's important to them and you build it up and you say, hey, on a monthly basis, when you want this recurring product or service, you don't have to think about it. It just comes to your doorstep. Bada bing, bada boom. You got yourself a loyalty program.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Bing, bada boom. You got it there. It works, man. I'm telling you. I'm gonna add a subscription service to the treats. There won't be a ton of people who do it, but guess what? It only takes a few.
Yeah. It's that recurring revenue. Now, let's say you're trying to build a business. Let's say Wes is trying to build a business. This is something we'll talk about because we are.
It's what we do.
2.5 hours in here.
Only
and our
2.5 hours.
We're only 2.5 hours into our 1 hour show. Yes, indeed.
This is a 1 hour show, by the way, people.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was originally slated to be, when we started this, it was supposed to be a 1 hour show.
Max.
But the subscription services and things of that nature, I think that is for any business that is something you can add to it. And when Wes gets his run up on the dog treats, we'll probably set up for it.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a few others because I don't like subscriptions. I don't like the things that I have to subscribe to. I want to subscribe to the things I want to subscribe
Right, that's
to.
it. So
So I think it's in good
services
shape.
can be. I would say a subscription service can be, one of a couple things. One, it could be a service that is one. It's just not worth your time, right? Let's say, look, here's something that we should totally do: neighborhood kids mowing grass. Guess what? Why can't the neighborhood kid mowing grass set up a subscription service where your payment is automatically paid to him on a weekly basis? He automatically comes out, mows your lawn. You don't have to think about it. He just comes out and does it. Payments processed automatically. Guess what? He just has himself a really nice, automatic, lucrative subscription service business. Same thing. Cheese of the Month Club. You subscribe. It's a nice to have. You don't need to have it. Or a car detailing. Devin Ross, a car detailing business. On a weekly basis, somebody automatically pays. You automatically come out to their house, clean up their car, detail it. Bada bing, bada boom, they're done.
Knock it out.
There's a
Bada bing.
there's a sign in my neighborhood now that says talks about a pet poop removal
Detective.
service that
Oh,
that they for a monthly fee they'll come out every so often and clean up your yard for the pet poop. Guess what? Subscription service.
it's called Uno Poo.
There's Poo. Which
That's called cheese.
but here's the thing. So the thing is, any industry that's I might call this not number one. I'd call this a +1 because any industry, you can come up with a subscription service or a loyalty program that will work for it.
Yeah. So basically what we have boiled down is 26 small business ideas for 2023 by ChatGPT, and Bravin Kumar is absolute full of bananas because clearly he did not vet any of these ideas.
No, he didn't.
Did not go through any of these and should not be allowed
No.
to talk to anybody else about business ever.
Bravin Kumar, I'm sorry. I'm sure you're a
We're
very
very
nice
disappointed.
person, but
I'm not saying that.
I'm sure you're a very nice person, but I have a feeling
I'm not saying
your
that.
writing assistant is probably ChatGPT, and only about
Yeah.
6 of these are remotely
Yeah, you got 6.
lucrative.
Niche down, my friend. Bravin, watch our show, niche down, and really hit some home
Yes.
runs. We know you got it in you. This is bull crap. This was phoned in, and you had a couple of them in there that had some gems. You didn't highlight them. You didn't push it. You didn't leverage them. You really could have brought this home and made a name for yourself. But as it is, we're going to call you Bravin Kumar, and ChatGPT brings you the 26 small business ideas for 2023.
And only 6 of them were actually any good. So, David, it was a long show, but it was actually a pretty fun show today.
It was definitely a fun show. I went through a lot more bourbon than I was expecting to go through. So, I can't be the only one drinking here, man. You got to hold up your own side.
No, you mentioned at the top of the show how my bourbon looked like it should have ice in it, but it didn't have ice in it.
Yeah,
I've been through like
yeah.
I've been through
That was one.
I've been through 3 of those, David. You were not paying attention.
All right, then. Then in that case, I've been Wes.
He's been David.
He's been Dave, and that guy who wrote this shitty this shitty article was Bravin Kumar, and we've been the Underdog during the West over there going, God dang
poor
it, Dave,
Bravin.
shut up.
Poor Bravin.
No, I'm just saying, I think he can do better. I think he's got better. I think he's got better work in
Bravin,
him.
be better. Just do better.
Be better.
Yeah, come on, man.
Don't suck anymore. All right, don't suck. You suck too much right now. Suck less.
All right, I'm cutting off the mics
All right?
now. We're out. Later.
woods. I'll bring it to your city or your hometown. I'll go back in time when the feeling was fine. When funkin' was legal and it wasn't a crime. Party people lined up and down the way. A bigger celebration than your birthday. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funkin' in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funkin' in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. And I have seen the world pristine, funk you up in the bushes, funk you down in the trees. Now look around, all the frowns, the yellow, the white, the red, and the brown. And keep in mind, it never costs a dime, 'cause funkin' is free, I remember the time. Now look today, the streets are gray. Time to take it back to yesterday. Funkin' in the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funk was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funk was good. It was good in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood.